What is up, my friends? It is Champions League time again. The Reds travel up to Istanbul to take on Galatasaray, and the team news has dropped. The big breaking news: no Cody Gakpo in the starting 11, no Jeremy Frimpong in the starting 11. It looks like Joe Gomez is going in at right back, and Wirtz will be on the left side of a front three. So the team, ladies and gents, is, as you can see it on screen there now, Georgi Mamardashvili in goal, Joe Gomez at right back, Milos Kerkez at left back, centre-back pairing of Kanade and Van Dijk, a midfield trio of McAllister, Gravenberch and Soboslai, and then it's Wirtz on the left, Ekitike through the middle, and Mohamed Salah on the right. Pretty understandable team selection, to be honest with you. I don't have too many complaints about that. That's an 11 that I can get behind. That's an 11 that I think, yeah, I'm happy enough with that. You know, the only question I would have had is maybe Frimpong at right back over Gomez, but if the manager doesn't think he's ready to play the 90, I understand the decision to play Joe. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that team selection. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but for me, I'll take it. No issues, no complaints for me about the 11. On the bench today for the Reds, Woodman, Mescure, Jones, Gakpo, Robertson, Frimpong, Leone, Nallo, Morrison and Engamoa. That is the Liverpool bench for today. Just to confirm, it is Woodman, Mescure, so two keepers again, Jones, Gakpo, Robertson, Frimpong, Leone, Nallo, Morrison and Engamoa. That is your Liverpool bench. Liz, how are we, my friend? I will bring your super chat up on screen in a second. Silly me, forgot to turn on my back end system, Liz. So give me 2 seconds for that one to kick in. And yes, lovely to see you in. I hope you're well. There we go. Now I can bring it up. So, happy match day. Good people. WFM to you as well, Liz. And I hope yourself, Ian, and the family are well. Right, give me some score predictions, folks. What are we thinking? I went 2-2 in my prediction for this one. But Liverpool quite heavy favourites with the bookies if you look at some of the odds around it. We'll take you through the Galatasaray. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups now. We'll take you through the Galatasaray team now as well. It's Ergkan Kakir in goal. Then it's Singa, Sanchez, Baradakci and Jacobs making up the back four. Torreira and Lamina in midfield. Then it's Lang, Sara, Yilmaz and Victor Osimhen. That is the confirmed Galatasaray 11. 0-2 said Alex. 2-1 to the Reds said Ken. 0-0 and then we've got Tin Polkovic saying 3-1 to Liverpool. Let's go Liverpool 2-1. Adido 2-1 Liverpool win. No Gakpo OMG said Daniel Roberts. Yes, that is definitely a surprise. Yeah, it is, but probably the right decision from the manager. Look, I don't really have any complaints about the team selection for today. Not that I'm looking to have complaints about it, but that's a team that I can fully understand. So for me, happy enough with that team 11. We've just put a poll up in the chat there asking you for your prediction for the game. A Liverpool win, a draw, or a Galatasaray win. Alisson, he's not injured, but he felt something in training the other day, so he didn't travel over, and Chiesa is ill, so he's not available either. So yes, we've no Alisson, but the manager reckons he should be good for the weekend. We'll have to wait and see. George, I'm good, thank you, sir. I'm good. Cannot complain. DJ Tej, how are we, bro? Said Wagwan Craig, top bloke, love your vids. We need a good, honest bloke to say how it is. 3-1 to the Reds. Appreciate that, my man. Appreciate that more than you know. I really do. Thank you. When does the game start? It starts at 5:45 p.m. UK Irish time, so 1 hour and 10 minutes. We're the early kickoff time for this one, which I kind of don't mind today because that means I get to watch the second half of the Newcastle Barcelona game. How do you explain supporters being that confident we'll win in a Turkish atmosphere? That'll be anything but easy. I mean, how can you ask me to explain other people's views? It's not my job to explain what other people view it, mate. I'm here to explain my thought process, and as I've said, I went for a score draw. But, you know, I don't mind Liverpool fans being confident. We should be. I think it's going to be a difficult day, I do. Galatasaray at home is not an easy proposition, but why shouldn't we be confident? Really, like, if we're being honest about this, Liverpool on paper are a far better side. So, you know, the bookies also have Liverpool as big favourites going into this one. But, you know, the chat are entitled to have their own views and feel how they feel. And I'm not going to try to explain it just because you've demanded an answer. I don't know. Have you noticed that every away game in the Champions League, Chiesa hasn't travelled? I haven't, in all honesty. I don't remember some of the away games we've played. I remember when we played Gala away, if I remember correctly, Frimpong played right wing and Salah didn't play. But I also remember how frustrating that game was. Really wanted Rio to start, but I understand why Slot isn't starting him. I wonder will he get the start, mate, on Sunday against Spurs. That could be a good opportunity to play him. Ninja Tail said, sound happy today, Craig. Good to hear. Hope we get the win. Thank you. Yeah, how long I stay happy for, that's dependent on the game, isn't it? But like I said the other day, I'm feeling back to myself now. So, yeah, hopefully the moods are a little bit higher. And I've kind of just accepted that whatever happens is going to happen this season. And there's not much we can really do about it at this point other than, hope for the best and keep our fingers crossed that we get where we want to be. I was really intrigued though by a poll that we ran last night. One of our viewers suggested we run a poll saying, Champions League win included, would you still fire Arne in the summer? And we did that poll last night and I was really surprised. It was about 81%, I think, said that even with a Champions League win, they would fire the manager. Now, I feel if we win the Champions League, he won't be fired. And I think it would be really harsh to fire him if he won the Champions League. Now, I don't think he's the right man for the job. And that won't change, but my own feelings are one thing. I can understand it from the club side as well. If he was to somehow win the Champions League this year, it would look pretty harsh on paper. You fire a manager that wins the Premier League in year one and the Champions League in year two. Not even I could really justify that one. So I do think if he was to pull off a miracle and win the Champions League, he will be in charge next year. But, we've a long way to go. A lot of football to be played before we get to that side. Didn't know Chiesa's dad was a big star for Italy. Did you not? He scored at Anfield for Italy in was it Euro 96? I can't remember exactly when it was, but I know Chiesa's dad scored a goal for Italy at Anfield. The Winter Dog said, just had my wisdoms removed, hoping for a win. Yeah, I had mine done as well, mate. I got away luckily, thankfully. It wasn't too bad for me. I've heard some really horror stories of other people who had their wisdom teeth out and were in really bad pain. But yeah, I got very fortunate, mate, when I got my own out. And I hope you're not suffering too badly. I hope you're all right. The Dub in the Desert, how are we, bro? I hope you are okay and safe. I don't know what part of the desert you're in, my man, but I hope you're okay and safe. Strong team. Great to see Gakpo arrested. Yeah. Look, I've no complaints about the team. I would have liked Frimpong at right back, but I do totally understand that maybe the sports science team don't think he's ready to play 60, 65 yet, or maybe even 70. So I understand that, and Gomez is a more than adequate right back. So ahead of that, I totally understand Wirtz on the left over Gakpo. In my own prediction, I went with Rio, but I did say last night when I sat back and thought about it a little more, I probably would have gone for Wirtz. I probably should have gone for Wirtz. So yeah, no complaints from me about the team, none whatsoever. Craig, do you do fantasy football? We do. We have an FPL league. I'm bang average at it, to be honest with you. Every year I'm pretty much lower mid-table. But yeah, we do. We have an FPL, and yeah, I'm never anywhere near the top of it, to be honest with you. Do you feel that this Liverpool team is capable of winning the Champions League, though? Yes, truly I do. I've said this for a long time. I don't for 1 second believe we don't have a good team or we don't have quality players. My issue is with the way the manager has them playing and the way they look like they're frustrated playing sometimes, and it just looks like we're strangers out there on occasion. But I absolutely believe in the talent in this group, and if we were to click and play well, yes, 100% they could win the Champions League. But I'm not seeing it with the way this season has gone. But like I said, I do have real belief in this group of players. I don't think for 1 second we have a poor squad. I still can't believe we got City away in the cup, said Paul Diamond. Oh, Paul, it's frustrating, isn't it? Of all the draws we could have had, mate, But again, I guess it is what it is, right? If you want to win the FA Cup, you're probably going to have to come through some tough ties unless you're Arsenal. But it is what it is, Just hopefully we can go there and give it a good go. Why is Kirk's first name spelled in full and the rest have an initial? Just to wind you up. We had a meeting beforehand, the Redcastle mate, and I just said, you know what? The Redcast pod, there's a lad in the chat there, and he'd really be annoyed if you just put in the initials. I don't know is the honest answer, mate. I don't know. Connor does the back end stuff like that, so we'll have to wait for Connor to answer on that one. Might not even be Connor, actually. It could be done by our back end system. You know, we have a data supplier that gives us team news and stuff like that. So perhaps it's on their end. But you know, we have a motto on this channel. If in doubt, always blame Connor. Always blame Connor. That's the motto. And you know, it served us well to this day. I don't know, dude. Honestly, I don't know. But good spot. Good spot. We can't get away with that on here. Can't get away with that. And you lads are always on the ball. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Crosby pawning it off here. Oh, yeah, he's a big angry man throwing waffles and banging the desk. And now he's blaming the data suppliers. So Connor said, data provider decision. Never noticed Milosh before a good catch. See? Look at him. Scapegoating the data suppliers. That's it, Connor. He's learning well from me. He's learning well. You know, if in doubt, blame somebody else. It's the Anfield Agenda way. Early evening to you all. Thoughts on the FA Cup draw? It's not great, mate, is it? It's not great. Yeah, look, I'd be a liar if I sat here and said I wasn't disappointed with that draw last night. But, you know, sometimes you just feel it's one of those years, don't you? Where every little thing just doesn't go. You don't get the roll of the dice. And, yeah, that was not even a home draw, mate. Not even a home draw. A home draw would have felt a bit better, like, but, yeah. Oh, Christina. I wanted to catch you actually while you're on. I seen a comment of yours the other day about a clip of the podcast, Christina, and you were asking about the full podcast. We only put the full episode up on Spotify now. So if you want to listen or watch the podcast, the whole of it goes on Spotify. And on YouTube, we just take out segments and post it as clips. But the full episode is always available on Spotify. I meant to respond to your post, Christine. I seen it in one of your comments under one of the videos, so apologies that I didn't get around to commenting, but I thought it might be easier if I catch you on the stream. What's a crib said thoughts on the lineup? I'm not too disappointed with it, dude. To be honest, I think it's it's an understandable team selection and no complaints from me, and I won't be complaining after the game about it. You know, I probably wouldn't have gone too different myself if I had the choice. And in fact, you know what? If I was told that Frimpong couldn't start the game, that's exactly how I would have gone, in all honesty. So, yeah, I have no complaints about the team selection. I think it's a good balanced team. What about yourself? The match, my friend, is in 1 hour's time. Exactly, 1 hour away. Do we go heavy metal or stand off and defend? I don't know today. I have a feeling, Tanya, and I said this to Connor about an hour ago when we were on the phone. Something makes me feel they're going to start really fast and really try to get something early and then sit and frustrate us. So I'm expecting them to come out of the blocks 100 miles an hour, try grab an early goal. So I think if we get through the first 10, 15 minutes, keep it tight and do nothing stupid, I think we'll find our way into the game then. And from then on out, it's just about managing the tie. Nothing stupid. Come back to Liverpool with the game still in the balance, or hopefully with a little lead for us. And then I feel really comfortable about it at that. But I honestly, no matter what happens today, unless it's a complete catastrophe, I still think we'll find a way to get through. It's the next round that really concerns me. Now, I don't say this to be disrespectful to Galatasaray. I'm on the record many times as saying I think the world of Turkish football fans, I think they're incredible. And Galatasaray are a great club, but, you know, we are Liverpool Football Club. And this group of players on paper is a stronger group. So, you know, but that means nothing. We've got to go over there and do it. They will have a fair idea of what they're in for. We played Galatasaray earlier on. We lost by 1-0. So they'll know what it's about. They'll know what the crowd are going to be up for, and yeah, fingers crossed we can put in a good performance. Craig, you know, this is my first time wearing my Liverpool jersey in 5 months. Wow. Well, keep wearing it, Henry, because my God, they're expensive enough, dude. And, you know, we change them every year, so make sure you get your value out of it. Tipsy Dipsy, how are we? Say hello to the rest of the gang for me. I hope that everybody gets my joke. Say hello to Tinky Winky and Lala and Poe. I really hope Slot goes in the summer. Can't be watching this for another season and actually start to enjoy watching our footy again. Yeah, that's the one thing with me, is that I'm in this weird, and I don't think I'm on my own. We're in this weird place where we're not really happy with the manager, but yet we don't want to wish a poor result upon our team because we want the team to do well. Yeah, it's a tough one. But again, like I've always said, my want for Liverpool to succeed is more than my disliking of anybody. Muldor, how are we? Love you, Craig. Hope you're doing well, mate. Thank you. I'm good, my man. I'm good. Looking forward to a busy evening. I'm intrigued to see what way we go about our business today. They're fully up for this. We know that. Even their own manager was calling them out from their league performance, thinking that their minds were distracted and they were already zoned in. Craig, am I still dreaming Gakpo on the bench? Yes, this is not a drill, mate. This is real. This is and it's the right decision. Let's be honest about it. It's the right decision. Wirtz in there, I think, will give us something a little bit different. And I like this team. As Frimmy injured, Craig. He's on the bench. He's still working his way back to fitness, so I can only imagine that maybe they thought with him playing a little bit the other day, a start is a bit too much yet. So I would expect to see him brought on last 30, 25, something like that. Keane just sent this on to me as well. Mohamed Salah becomes Liverpool's record appearance maker in the European Cup. He overtakes Jamie Carragher with this start against Galatasaray in the Champions League tonight. And congratulations to Mo on another record. You wonder, is there any more records left? And he just keeps smashing them. So hopefully we can get a good performance out of Mo tonight. And congratulations to him on becoming Liverpool's record European Cup performer. Or I should say, what's the word I'm looking for? I keep going to say caps. Right, folks, how we feeling? Who's Monsieur young goalkeeper? Because we could not have two goalkeepers on the bench now. That would be madness. Madness. So, a couple of people again asking about Alisson. He felt something at the end of training the other day, and the club thought best not to chance it. So they hope he's back for the Spurs game, but that's all we really know. He just felt something at the end of training. I'm going to break my fast while watching the footy. Do you know if the Muslim players like Mo and Hugo will stop to break their fast? So I don't know if sundown comes up in the middle of the game, yes. But over in Turkey, I don't know tonight, mate, what time the sun goes down in Turkey this evening. Like they're 1 or 2 hours ahead of us, I think, depending on where we are with the clocks. So if nightfall or sundown happens during the game, then yes. Although anybody of Muslim faith will, of course, be able to break. And I'm sure the same for the Galatasaray side. Favourite away ground? I've not had the pleasure, really, of going to any away games. So, can't really say from an in-person perspective. But I always like the games against Newcastle up at St James's Park. So, probably that one. Do you remember Celtic versus Liverpool? Of course. In what context, though? I mean, I've been to some pre-season friendlies as well between Celtic and Liverpool. But yes, of course. Spurs has the best away ground. Well, I've been to Spurs, Gaff, twice, and it's incredible. But I didn't know the context of the question. If it's what's the best stadium, then of course, it's Spurs. It's incredible. Went to an AJ fight there, and I went to Spurs versus Middlesbrough, I think it was, in an FA Cup replay. And really, really incredible stadium. It'll be the best one in the Championship, without a doubt. Am I dreaming, or is Gakpo actually being benched? No, he's centre forward. Centre forward tonight, mate. There must be just a glitch in the team selection. Ekitike's on the bench and Cody Gakpo's through the middle. He's also going to play centre back, left wing, goalkeeper. No, you're not dreaming, dude. This is not a drill. It's real. It's real. You can be excited, yes. Dublin the Desert said it's already dark in the Middle East. There you go. So they will have already broken their fast then before kickoff. For me, Chiesa gone, Diamande in, Gakpo out, Gordon in. So what we do know, Jaden, in the summer is, at least according to a lot of the reporting, you're right on Chiesa, he'll be gone. But one of Gakpo or Salah will stay, according to the report from the last few days. Which one of them that is, it could depend on what happens with Mo and Saudi. But let's say Mo went to Saudi. I'd be very, very, very surprised then if Liverpool even entertained a bid for Gakpo. Craig, I thought you were serious. Oh shit, myself. My bad, Keelan. My bad, mate. Sorry. We're linked to Rodgers too. I just don't see, where do we put Rodgers? Now, if Alonso came in and we were looking to play with number 10s, maybe. But I don't think of Morgan Rodgers as a wide player. I think of him more as a 10. So I don't see where we'd be able to put him in regularly, to be honest. Craig, didn't you want Robert to start over Milosh? I did, but like all I can say is I understand either one. My preference, yes, Andy Robertson would have been my preference, but it doesn't mean I'm not happy with the team. You know, we all have our own preferences or individual players we'd maybe preferring over another one, but I can look at this team and feel like I understand why he picked it. So yeah, I've got no problems with the team selection tonight. So whatever does happen, I won't be complaining about that anyway. What do you think of the lineup? I don't mind it one bit. Honestly, I've no issues with the lineup tonight whatsoever. It's pretty close to what I would have gone for. You know, either fullback side. You know, I may have gone Robbo, and I would have ideally liked Frimpong, but more than happy to have Kirkes and Joe Gomez. I would have been angry if we had seen Soboslai at right back. That would have really wound me up. But apart from that, the team we have out there tonight, yeah, I'm more than happy with. Holy shite. Gakpo benched. Come on, Reds. Slot out. And none of this. He won the league crap with a Jurgen team. There you go, John. Thank you, mate. Or John Joe. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, it's certainly been the most talked about issue since we started the stream. The Gakpo not being in the starting 11. I've never seen so many Reds happy with a team selection or one aspect of a team selection, John Joe, as I have the Gakpo on the bench today. Genuinely scared of that Gala front three. Look, respectfully, nothing about Galatasaray should concern us. I say that with respect for them. Like, they're a good team, but we should be beating them. Let's not make a mistake about that. If we look pound for pound, player for player, we should have a better team. Our team should be filled full of difference makers. Galatasaray are a good team, and they're a very proud team, and they're going to put up a fight, and it's going to be a tough game. But I think over 2 legs, I'd be very disappointed if Liverpool didn't get through, because, you know, we should be beating Galatasaray over 2 legs. We absolutely should. Busy Media, how are we, dude? Lovely to see you win. Hope you're ready for the game. Right, so if you haven't seen the Galatasaray side, it's Kikir in goal, then Singo, Sanchez, Baradechi, and Jacobs making up their defence. Then it's Torreira and Lamina in midfield with Lang, Sara, Yilmaz and Oshuman making up their attacking quartet. Craig, just seen a bit of the Amande. He's lightning. Oh, Derek. I spent I spent probably 6 to 7 hours researching him over the last 2 weeks from, some clips, some data. Just super impressive. Really, 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 really on board with Liverpool trying to sign Yan Diomande. Wasn't sure at first because I didn't know enough about him, but having looked into him, I can see what the hype is about. Craig, do you agree that the football isn't as entertaining as it used to be? Or that football isn't? In general? No, I wouldn't agree with that. I think our football isn't as enjoyable or entertaining as it used to be. But I think football this season's gone through a bit of a weird one. It feels like there's a real lack of standout super teams. But I also think that as football fans, we're almost a little bit defeated in that we think of the Spanish sides when they're good, like Barcelona, Real Madrid. We almost put them on a pedestal, and we almost undervalue the strength of the teams from the Prem. And I think one thing that was really clear after the Champions League phase is that the strength is there with the Premier League. Every single one of the 6 Premier League sides made the knockout stages. 5 of them got themselves tucked inside the top 8. So certainly whatever the Premier League are doing is having a big impact. Very strong showing in Europe again this season. John Joe, the only player that makes me nervous out there is Osimhen. They're a very good team. Updates on transfers. I haven't been in the loop due to military. Well, thank you for your service, dude. Appreciate you and everything that you do to keep the world safe, my man. So Osimhen, yes, good player, strong player, top-notch forward. No debate on that whatsoever. On transfers, Yan Diamonde's looking good. That's looking like we're leading that race. Centre-back wise, still not really sure what's happening there. Again, the club trying to tie down Canade. We know Ryan Gravenberch has signed a new deal. That's a good 6-year deal. Szoboszlai, I believe, will be next. That seems to be progressing a little bit. Not really anything on McAllister. He himself came out and said that there's been no negotiations yet over a new deal. After that, we're trying to figure out what happens with Curtis Jones. So I'd say we're looking at a potential right-back addition, the way the reports have been going over the last few weeks. And I'm still none the wiser, really, John Joe, about who the number 6 might be that Liverpool are looking at. There was some links to a player from Nordsjælland, and I know nothing about him. Should we be concerned about asking a 20-year-old to fill Mo's boots next season? Would be a massive risk. Elise would be safer. Yeah, but I guess you can only do what's possible. I'm sure if the club had the opportunity to sign Michael Elise, they'd push for it. And when I say Yan Diomande, I'm talking about Yan Diomande coming in no matter what happens. I'm not talking about him as a Mo replacement. I mean, he's just somebody Liverpool want to go after because they feel we need another wide forward. That's before we talk about departures. If Salah goes, I would say the club will probably look for another because we're about to lose 2 wide forwards if Salah goes. Chiesa will go, and then in that situation, if Salah goes, then we'd have to bring somebody else in anyway. So I don't think Diomande would be the replacement for Mo. Initially, I think they would look to bring in somebody a bit more experienced. Craig, which game this season showed Liverpool's true level? It depends. Because you could talk about some results like, let's say, the 5-2 over West Ham. But I felt like we were sloppy in that game and gave up chances. There hasn't really... There have been patches like Atletico Madrid, the first 30 minutes, 35 minutes of that game. I thought we were brilliant. There's been a couple of good patches. But I can't really remember a 90 minutes where I felt like, wow, that was really, really good. If Liverpool were to sack Arnott, wouldn't it make Liverpool get into another transitional period with the new manager and the result will be the same? So, let me play this out then, Samuel. If Arnott stays, right, we're going to go into the market again in the summer and we're going to probably make 5 changes again. So, whatever happens, there's going to be a narrative around transition and new players needing to settle in. So if Mo goes and you bring in a new right winger, you bring in Yan Diomande, you've got Jeremy Jacquet coming in, you're already starting to talk about more changes, gelling, settling into the league, getting used to the physicality. And I think no matter what happens, we're going to be having that conversation again over the summer. There's been some little telltale signs, like if you look at the fact that they didn't bring in a centre-back in January, and there's reports that Arna wanted hiding a back and the club blocked it. Now again, I should say reports because it's not confirmed. So things like that just make me feel like there's going to be some transition either way. It's just a matter of, do we want transition to include a new coach or not? I would say yes, we do, because I don't think Liverpool fans are enamoured with this coach one bit. I just don't. And I think if he's here next year, it'll all start over again. 1 loss, 2 losses, the conversation starts. It just feels like there's no winning back around. So I would say just make the changes. And I also think that Liverpool fans will be a little bit more understanding of transition. It almost counts against Arna that he won the league in his first year, because it went from like no expectation that season other than Champions League football to get into that, to winning the league and then thinking, oh my God, here we are. We sign all these players now. We're going to dominate Europe. We're going to dominate the Prem. And unfortunately, it hasn't worked out that way. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Monday is a beast. Yeah, glad you're excited by him, John Joe, because I have to say, mate, I was late to the party. Didn't really have the time to look into him too much. But the more and more I kept hearing about our interest, and the more people whose opinion that I hold highly were speaking really, strongly about how good he was, I felt I had to get my finger out and take a bit of time to research him. Musa Diaby links, your thoughts? A complete bollocks. That's my thoughts. Absolute complete garbage. Yeah, just not the player. The link, I mean. The player's not good enough and has been in Saudi for a couple of seasons, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's a lazy link because he had time at Leverkusen, and the idea of maybe Alonso coming in has led to this conversation about, well, what players have Alonso worked with that maybe could come back in? And I think Diaby's, if my memory's right, was one of those players at Leverkusen. Craig, eat 10 full plates of broccoli or Liverpool get relegated. Which one? Well, tell us what the championship's like, mate, won't you? I don't know, dude. That's, can I not do something else? Can I not sacrifice my wife or something like that, I'm never eating 10 full plates of broccoli. That's just not happening. So, yeah. So, like I said, let us know how you get on the championship. Which midfielder, if any, do you see us signing? I don't know, something just makes me feel like Wharton, but I've nothing, like no information on it, no inside scoop or anything. Just always, and I think a couple of people might get where I'm coming from on this, it just feels like he's the most Liverpoolish of the players that we've been linked with in that position. So yeah, probably Wharton, if I'm guessing. Nick said TalkSport had Souness on to talk about the tie and had interesting comments about Salah. Have you seen it? Some decent quotes. No, I haven't. I tried to avoid TalkSport like the plague, but I would be interested to hear what Souness had to say on Arna. So I'll look that up a little bit later on. Hi from Gozo, Craig. Hope you're well. Regarding VAR, I know you don't like it, but what about it was simplified to only judge offside by the feet of players? Oh, yeah. Look, I'm definitely open to the idea that it is here to stay. And like you've said, I like the idea about the feet thing. Was it Wenger that came up with that? Yeah, I don't mind that because players have to lean forward and defending players are naturally going to lean the other way. So, yeah, some simple common sense tweaks to it like that, I'd be all for, my friend. Make a poll of Gakpo versus Leao. Why? It's pointless. The answer would be Leao, and neither, he's not coming to Liverpool, so Leao, look, I might get a lot of disagreement here, but I don't want Rafa Leao at Liverpool. I don't think he's good enough to come to Liverpool. He's so inconsistent. He doesn't work hard enough off the ball, and he just isn't the type of player that I think would be a good fit for us. Right, so what Souness had to say. Let me read some of these. Graham Souness believes Liverpool are not the same team as last season amid their faltering title defence. Wait, what does he have to say? My God, get a better website, TalkSport, for the love of God. It's like pulling teeth trying to read an article. 3 lines, 4 ads, 3 more. Can anybody ever put a decent website together? Fuck me. Do they just not want anything to be user-friendly? Have you seen this website? My God. 2 lines, article, ads, 2 lines, more ads, 3 lines, more articles, ads. Jesus Christ. He said, I thought he was very good last year. It was the perfect storm for him to win the league, but they were consistent. Teams are not saying to Liverpool, we're at Anfield today, let's give them a really nice game of football and let's play the way they want us to play. They've come up with obstacles and it's not new. When I was at Liverpool, the likes of Terry McDermott hated playing at Anfield. He hated it because nowhere to run because people sat deep. Did they try to play football against us? No. They would launch everything into the box. They would put a few of us on our backsides to see if we fancied it that day. If you play for Liverpool, that's the price on the ticket. You're going to be confronted by raw aggression, not so much in the modern game. If you're going to be confronted by people wasting time, you're going to be confronted by people launching it into the box. Deal with it, embrace it. No, it's coming and get on with it and do the business. They're not as aggressive when they have the ball. When you close down, you have to do it collectively. He continued, they talk about players in Liverpool's midfield being good at this, good at that. Some of them are very good on the ball, not so good working hard when you don't have the ball, make life good. They're not the same team. You have to point to the fact Mohamed Salah hasn't turned up this year. The numbers tell you that. How many games in the last 7 years have been a difference in terms of creating or scoring a goal would change the game? That's a big problem for them. But they have to stick together at this time. It wouldn't be beyond them to win the Champions League because they've still got that 90 minutes of greatness in them and it could happen wherever the game. So then he was asked, does Slot have to win the Champions League? And he said, I won't answer that one. I just know that they have to improve. So, yeah, interesting stuff. What's this one? Cool. John Joe said Salah has been real bad this season, but he's defo a legend for us, and I hope he leaves. He gets remembered for all the work he's done, rather than the one bad season. Gakpo, I would love to see him leave. So, John Joe, I'm right with you. Mohamed Salah deserves the send-off of all send-offs whenever he leaves. And I've already started to think about what we could do from a content perspective to thank him for his time at the club, because there's always this narrative that for some reason I don't like Mo, which couldn't be further from the truth. The day he leaves the club will be a sad day for the football club because Mohamed Salah is a legend, an icon, one of the best to do it in a Liverpool shirt. And I think he will always be remembered for the good stuff because he's got such a great body of work at the club that it'll stand the test of time. And thank you, John Joe. Sorry, that went down the wrong way. Thank you, John Joe. Appreciate you. Who would be your favourites to win the Champions League? Do you know what? I don't know if there is a favourite. Like, I think Bayern could do it. City could do it. We could do it. PSG could do it. On the other side, Barca could do it. Arsenal will get to the semi-final. No, I think Arsenal have a good chance of getting to the final. Them against Barcelona will be very interesting. It really would. I'd love to see if either team bends their philosophy a little bit in that game, because you've got one team that is, very physical, defends deep, and tries to control the game and how often the ball's in play in the game. And then you've got the other team who like to play attacking football with a really high line. So it would be a real contrast of styles. LFC Red said, good evening, Craig. Good evening to you, my friend. At least lots changed it up tonight, and thank God Soboslai's in midfield. Yeah, really happy with the team selection. I would have gone for Robertson personally, but no big issue. Kirkhead's coming in. I can understand that. So yeah, I'm happy with the team for tonight. No complaints from me in that regard whatsoever. I just hope that we can do something a little bit special. Oh, a Gomez goal would be incredible, James. Yeah, a Gomez goal would be awesome. That would be. Yeah, of all the places as well, to go away to a tough place like Galatasaray and Joe Gomez to score, that would be great. They're breaking me heart here. They're showing us replays of the penalty shootout from last season, which was, it was a tough one, wasn't it? Bayern have the best lineup in Europe. Barca contending with Lewandowski and Rafinha fully fit. Look, Bayern is going to be an interesting one. They have a fair shout this year. No denying that. They have a very good team. Them against them against Manchester City will be a very interesting tie of Real Madrid over two legs in the quarter-final. And us against Paris Saint-Germain or Chelsea will be a very interesting tie as well if we got through. So some good matches left to be played. Mo's obviously had a drop off, but missed the work rate, the engines of Jota and Diaz. I don't really know what the major factor has been for Mo this season. I've struggled to kind of put that jigsaw together, to be honest. There's definitely some changeover of personnel that would have impacted him, but we are talking about it being 2/3, 3/4 of the way nearly through the season, and you would expected it to have been figured out by now, and those relationships on the pitch to have started to form again. So I think the longer the lack of real magic from Mo, the more you wonder, is it age at this point and not the personnel so much? Because I think that should have been started to be figured out by this point. Jordan said, I would have put Robbo in too, Craig, and started Rio for 60 instead of Wirtz. Also, if Bayern win it, how bloody lucky has Company been? I don't think lucky. If they win it, fair play to them. Yeah. Grocko slandering our club and our number 20. Yeah, look, we all know what I'd like to say about that subject, and about X in general and what goes on that platform these days. It's a necessary evil for Anfield Agenda to have an account on there. I'll never be on there again on a personal level. I hate that platform. Some good people on it, and I enjoyed my time interacting with them over the years, but it's becoming a hate-filled platform, and I've no time for it. It's just adding to the anger in the world, and I don't like that. And I said this the other day, that social media has gotten to a place where hate seems to be monetized, and I don't get it. I don't like it. I know some people will say that we're angry here on Anfield Agenda, but what we do is constructive around the team. We don't talk about personal lives. We don't go past the line on things. Yeah, that platform is... I've seen some horror shows on there. I really have. Right. Our poll. Have you voted yet? We're nearly at 3,000. We asked predictions. Galatasaray win, draw, or Liverpool win? We'll knock it on the head when it gets to 3,000 votes. And also, don't forget to hit that like button for me, ladies and gents. Have you entered our giveaway? Why not win a signed Kenny Dalglish frame shirt completely free? You can enter. All you have to do is scan the QR code or use the link in the description. The QR code will bring you through to the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp, where of course you'll also see the link in there after the game for our player rating scores if you'd like to submit them. And also you can get 20% off at thecollectorscorner.co.uk by using the discount code that you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, Anfield Agenda 1. Looking back, do you think selling Kwanzaa was worth it? So, here's my thoughts on that. I don't have any qualms about selling him, but I do feel we left ourselves short by not bringing in another centre back. I understand the thought process of selling him if you're not convinced by him. And ultimately, we don't see what goes on the training ground. We don't see the day-to-days. We only see the matches, and we only get to really review the players from that regard. So if Arne and the coaches felt like he wasn't going to cut the mustard in the short term, I think what they did was understandable. But not bringing in another centre-back, that's what's cost us, in my opinion. What if you're a United fan? Can you enter the giveaway? Of course. All our giveaways are open to everybody, my friend. I'm sure you've got Liverpool friends somewhere that you could give the prize to if you won it. So yeah, of course. Everyone's welcome to enter. Anyone that takes the time, kind enough to view our channel is always welcome. Craig, your honest opinion. Do you believe too many Dutch players, I'm including the manager, is affecting our game? No. I think it's more down to the manager. And yeah, that's my take. Like, if you look at Virgil and Arne, they're very, very Dutch and very similar. And both a bit laid back, although Virgil can be vocal. To be fair, he can be a bit vocal, but not enough. I think they're too similar. And I don't think there's a contrast there. So let's play this out a bit. I could see a world previously where Kloppo gets stuck into him in the dressing room, and Verge is the guy that kind of tries to put it in more tolerable terms for the players and tries to back the manager up, but in a kind of big brother kind of way. Whereas I don't really see Arne having that fear factor in him. Watch a Vert's hat-trick incoming. Yes, please. Wouldn't say no. Right, where are we at? Yes, we've got 25 minutes to kick off, and we still need 447 likes to get us up to the pre-match 1,000. Right, are we at the numbers yet? Right, we've passed it. So, 65% of you guys and girls think you're going to see Liverpool win today. Thank you to everyone that took part to vote in the poll. It was 65% Liverpool win, 19% draw, and 16% Gala win. If you could change one season for Liverpool, which would it be and why? So obviously I would change what happened to Hillsborough. That would be my first thought. But if I'm talking about seasons, I would say 13-14, because it would give Gerrard the Premier League medal that he doesn't have. So probably 13-14, and I would change that Chelsea game in particular. I would get into Brendan Rodgers' ear and tell him, you don't need to play for the win here. A draw is fine. Don't do anything stupid. Take the draw, because it was still in our hands. So yeah, that's the year for me, because I would have loved Steven Gerrard to have finished his career with a Premier League medal alongside all the other medals in the European Cup he won. Craig Houlden said 6 players in the Galatasaray starting 11 are on the yellow for missing the second leg. Yeah, and I think we have one in Curtis Jones that is available, if I'm not mistaken. I think there was another player, but I can't remember who the second player was off the top of my head. I changed the City game from 18-19 between Invincible Centurion double winner, said Keane. That Arsenal win at Anfield, Michael Thomas. That's the game that made me a Liverpool fan, Paul. People often look at me a bit weird when I say that, but I told this story a few times. My mum and dad were out in their friend's place in Dublin, and they were having a Chinese and a few cans. So they were in the kitchen, and I was in the living room as a young lad. And I think it was on ITV, if I remember correctly. And I flicked on ITV, and I remember catching the end of the game. And I'd only gotten into football in the last year or so before that. And I had a Barcelona shirt. That was my first ever shirt. But I watched that game, and I watched Anfield's reception of those Arsenal players after they won the league. And even though Arsenal won it, I was drawn to Liverpool that night. And then when I started to research Liverpool and I started to look into the Irish connections, the city, immigration, all that kind of stuff, it just strengthened those bonds. And that was it. That was the night I became a Liverpool fan. And I always remember speaking with Claude a few times behind the scenes after we'd done videos, talking with Claude, may he rest in peace, about that night. And Claude always said to me, I will always have respect for Liverpool fans and Liverpool because of the way that they were so gracious and the way that they applauded Arsenal off the pitch that night. It stuck with him as an Arsenal fan his entire life, and yeah, it was something that I appreciated from him. Claude was different gravy, proper gent, and I'm a better person having gotten to know him a little bit. So yeah, that one still stings. I didn't know him as well as others. I only started to know him. I only knew him for maybe a year and a half before his untimely passing, but an absolute gent, and I enjoyed the conversations I had with him. Craig, me and my mate love your videos. Thank you. Vault Ball, appreciate you both. Thank you so much. Hope you continue to enjoy them. Thank you. Sorry if this is personal, but did your parents care for Liverpool at all? So my mum had no interest in football. My dad started coaching when I was about 9. Started coaching my team. So my dad coached all the way through then till I was under 17, under 18. But I wouldn't say he had a strong affinity. I wouldn't say he would be a supporter in the sense of the word, to be a diehard like I would be with Liverpool. But he always had a fondness for Aston Villa. And I think it was David O'Leary and the Irish connection that was there at the time. So yeah, Villa. Villa would have been, I think it was O'Neill at the time. I can't remember. But there was an Irish connection at Villa that drew him to Villa. So I would say Villa would have been the club. But no, I've no brothers and sisters. So nobody dragged me kicking and screaming to support Liverpool. I just found my own way. Craig, which player in recent history had the biggest waste of potential? Neymar. Neymar is the one that I would meet, and people will look at me mad for that, but Neymar should have had multiple Ballon d'Ors. I always think Neymar, Rooney. I know Rooney had a great career, but I still think he left a little bit on the table for the talent he had. Who else? John Joe Shelvey. I think John Joe Shelvey was an incredibly talented footballer that had everything in his locker, had the ability to do great things on a football pitch, but never lived up to that potential, and I don't know why. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones off the top of my head. Ravel Morrison, yeah, I remember. Yeah, he was the next great thing, wasn't he? What do you think though of my John Joe Shelvey show? Because Shelvey, I thought Shelvey had all the attributes to be a proper midfielder. Pogba is another good show. Yeah, Pogba, again, people say he's a World Cup winner and that, but I agree, he left a bit on the table. Fowler? Oh, I don't know, Rich Baldy. I love Fowler. He's my favourite all-time Liverpool player. Coutinho, said Mawu. Yeah, and I think that's his own fault. I think if Coutinho would have stayed with Liverpool, he would have fulfilled the potential he had. I saw John Joe in a pre-season tour. He was immense. Yeah, also I remember watching, what's his name? Oh, fuck, what's his name? Jordan Ibe. I remember going to watch Liverpool Celtic at the Aviva. And I remember Jordan Ibe was warming up right in front of us. And I turned to my wife and I said, see that kid? He's going to be the next Raheem Sterling. And he had all the attributes again. Everything. He looked like he was ready. And I really, really thought Jordan Ibe would have made the step up. Rich Baldy said Jordan Ibe for me. Yep. He said I turned to my wife and I was absolutely convinced that he was going to be huge. Mike said Draxler. Yeah, he chased the money. He just went for the money, Mike, didn't he? Nile Ranger. I can't think of Nile Ranger without thinking of Brian through Geordie. Because I think if I remember correctly, one of Brian's first ever videos that went viral was about Nile Ranger, if I'm not mistaken. At least I think that's the first time that I ever got to see Brian's stuff. Thoughts on adding +5 points to player ratings for him? So it won't really matter because they're all averaged out anyway to points. So I think it would make Connor's life a little bit too complicated because they are all averaged out anyway. But leave it with me, Lars, and I'll mention it to him. Interesting. The first time I was drawn towards Liverpool was when I saw the FA Cup in 95-96, losing 1-0 to United, and then decided Liverpool is the team I want to support. And now I can't wait for the Adidas reissue. Oh, that's coming out tomorrow, actually, I think, isn't it? Actually, I must get Connor onto that for me. One sec. Yeah, that reminds me, I'm going to have to message Connor on that. Because he's going to be doing the shopping for me in the morning. Because he always is up before me. So, let me, bear with me. Where's this image? There it is. Sorry, I'm just messaging Connor here. Tell him what stuff I want. There we go. Sorry, folks. You reminded me about something, and I had to send it on to Connor before I forgot. What are your tattoos' backstory? There isn't really any, to be honest. Yeah, there isn't. I often get asked that question. I had this relationship with my tattoo artist where he knew what style I liked, and I just used to let him work away on it, and trust that he would come up with stuff that I liked, and he did. So yeah, there isn't really a backstory. I've got one on my leg that has a bit of a backstory. So I've got the liver bird, then I have the father with, the father and the son from the Owen McVeigh Foundation. I've got that image, but it's the father and a gingerbread man, which is my son because he's a little gingerbread man. And the two of us walking a path towards the liver bird, and the path is made up of the autism jigsaw pieces because we both have autism. So yeah, that's the only one that kind of has a bit of meaning. And I actually contacted the Owen McVeigh Foundation, shown them the idea before we did it, just to make sure they were okay, because obviously it was made off their image. My mom bought me a random kit. She knows nothing about football. After that, I started watching Liverpool games and became a fan. There you go. It is mad, isn't it, how these things happen? How Liverpool ends up becoming a huge part of so many of our lives. Dele Alli, and I don't think it's even close. I think with Dele Alli, the reason I didn't answer with Dele Alli is I wanted to take into account, obviously, the personal trauma that Dele Alli had. So I think there's an understandable reason why Dele didn't fulfill the potential. It was heartbreaking hearing about what he went through. Speaking of Adidas, did you see the Bob Marley collection? No, I haven't had a look. I'll be having a look at that Mulder later on. I still got the Ajax Three Little Birds shirt, actually, with the tag on it. Right, we've got 14 minutes to go to kick off, ladies and gents. You know what to do with the likes. Corbin said, evening. Hope Slot's tactics don't put me to sleep. Well, look, I don't mind being put to sleep tonight, mate, as long as we leave there with a decent result. If we leave there with a draw, I'm not too displeased. We just can't be doing anything stupid tonight. And I'm happy with the team selection. I live in Calgary, Canada, and the Hargreaves family have a pub here. Never been to it as a Liverpool fan, but in fact, our spot is Cat and Fiddle. Nice. I think Owen Hargreaves comes across like a nice guy. He's very good at Bayern Munich when he played over there. Obviously, when he went to United, injuries kind of curtailed his career a little bit. But always seems like a decent fella, Owen Hargreaves. I think he's a decent pundit as well. Your spot is the Cat and Fiddle. Nice. I'll be in Canada in September. Completely different neck of the woods, though. I'll be in Toronto. If there is anybody in Toronto, by the way, hello. Yeah, my family and I are heading over there in September for the international break. So we'll be over in Canada from the 28th to the 8th of October. I think we're going to Niagara Falls. We're going into the city centre for a couple of nights. So yeah, might try and get a meet up or something organised when I'm over there, but can't wait to visit Canada. It's been 20 years. My older brother was a diehard Wolves or West Ham fan, sorry, in 2002, 2003. First time I watched the game, West Ham got smashed by Liverpool, and I've been a Red since. Nice. Rich Baldy said, I'm from Toronto, you'll enjoy it. Yeah, I haven't been in 20 years. We were lucky enough. See, my wife has relatives over there. She's got 3 sets of aunts and uncles that moved over to Toronto. Well, Mississauga. And yeah, we haven't been over since my daughter's first birthday. She turned 1 over in Canada, and this is our first time going back over. My daughter isn't coming. My son's coming over with us, and I can't wait. I really don't remember feeling this excited for a trip in a long time. Go and see the Blue Jays. They've got a great team. Well, the apartment, sorry, we're staying in Toronto is right beside the Rogers Centre, or the CN Tower. It's right beside that. I grew up in Manchester before moving to Edmonton, Canada. I hated United fans and didn't mind City, but City was not the Premier League, so I supported Liverpool and I got beat up for it. Wow. Well, I hope it was worth it, and I hope you're all right now, my man. Yeah, I grew up in, around. I was one of few Liverpool fans in my friend group, actually. A lot of my friends were United fans, and there were some Arsenal fans in there. And I had even had a mate who was a Bolton fan. But yeah, it was certainly a tough time for me growing up, because United were on top at that point, and yeah, it was tough. Mulder said poutine. Love the poutine in Toronto. Oh, that's number 1 on my wife's to-do list is the poutine, mate. Don't worry about that. She's yeah, she loves a poutine. Busy Media said Istanbul 2005 made me a Liverpool fan. Nice. Nice. Are you coming to Vancouver? No, we're just going to Toronto. Toronto, Niagara, they're the 2 places we're doing. There was loads of Liverpool fans in Manchester in the 80s. You watching Newcastle versus Barcelona after the Liverpool game? I'll probably be able to catch the second half because I'll have my match reaction player ratings video. So I'll probably get the second half of it. Liverpool pub in Toronto, the White Elephant. Yeah, so I've stopped reaching out to supporters clubs in Liverpool, wherever we go anywhere, because I've yet to have a single Liverpool supporters club want us to be there when we've reached out to them. So I've stopped doing it because it becomes a little bit this what's the word I'm looking for? Disappointing when you're reaching out, going, "Hey, we're going to be in the city, and we're Liverpool fans. We'd love to drop in," and you just go. So yeah, I don't do it anymore. Disheartening, yeah, Keen. That's the word I was looking for. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Disheartening. Right, ladies and gents, we've got 7 minutes to kick off on this one. Let me run you through the teams again, just in case you haven't seen them. We'll start off with the home side. Kikir in goal, then Singo, Sanchez, Bardacci and Jacobs making up the defence. Then it's Torreira and Lamina in midfield with Lang, Sarah, Yilmaz and Oshiman up top. For Liverpool, it's Mamardashvili in goal, Gomez at right back, Kirkes at left back, Kanade and Van Dijk in the centre back positions, Gravenberch, McAllister and Soboslai in midfield, Wirtz on the left of the attack, Salah on the right, and Achugo Ekitike through the middle. Your Liverpool bench is Woodman, Miskure, Jones, Gakpo, Robertson, Frimpong, Leone, Nallo, Morrison and Engamoa. Remember, no Chiesa and no Alisson tonight. Comrade Caspi said, I only recently get into football after not being interested in it growing up. Seeing the respect Liverpool has for their opponents and their history made me fall in love with them. No regrets. Well, you chose the right team, my friend. You definitely chose the right team. I've been kind of like that with NFL. I maybe 4 years ago start watching NFL and now I love it. I watch pretty much as much of it as I can when the season's on. Any news on Isak? No, nothing new. We still think the other side of the international break, most likely. Is it possible for us not to have two goalkeepers on the bench? Apparently not, mate. Apparently not. It's the yarn away. Right, we need 108 likes to go. 7 minutes left. So if you can, folks, do hit that like button. Let's get the likes up to the 1,000. What's your NFL team? The Packers, mate. The Green Bay Packers. Updates on your studio and when it'll be done by. Still just the decorating part. Still waiting for a few little bits still to arrive. And then we'll just finish it off. We need to hang all the jerseys. Yeah, just minor things. So again, it'll be some point over the next 3-4 weeks, but we're just at the deck. I'm not rushing into it. I want it to be right. And yeah, we had to get some of the strings done on the back of the jerseys to get them ready to hang, and then a few other small bits that we're just waiting for. Do I play Super 6? I don't know. I don't. Was in Istanbul 15 years ago, walked into the Besiktas stadium and they had a game next day. It was a great experience. Turkish supporters are special. They really are. They're fantastic football fans, Turkish fans. I always have whenever I go to Turkey on holiday, I always have great conversations with some of the locals around football. They love their footy. As a Bears fan, you being a Packers fan's a kick in the gut. Go Bears. Sorry. I took time. It came down to 2. I was watching. So, you wait and see if you're an affinity with. And it was between the Texans and the Packers. They were the two that it kind of came down to for me. And I think the history, the tradition, the background of the Packers, and the reason I started watching the NFL was Aaron Rodgers. I know he's a very divisive figure, but that's why I started watching the NFL. I loved Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. Their connection, it just I really enjoyed it, and that's why I got into it. Where's the poll? What poll? I don't know what poll you're asking for, my friend. Craig, I'd polish your shoes for free because you're the king of YouTube and I'll always love you. Thank you, Nats, but I don't want my Nike Air being polished. I don't know if I own a pair of shoes. Genuinely. No, my wife said I don't. So there you go. I don't actually own a pair of shoes. Yeah, there you go. That's the truth. That's how much of a chav I am. Don't even own a pair of shoes. I think I've got one pair of jeans to my name. One. The going out jeans. And even them, yeah. Chris, where's this come from that Slot could be Liverpool's most successful manager if he wins tonight? Dalglish should be way ahead of him if it hadn't been banned in Europe. I don't know, Chris. Is there some stat that means he'll have the best of his first 100 or something? I don't know, but it doesn't change how we all feel, really, does it? Right, teams are in the tunnel, ladies and gents, about to walk out. The last 16 first leg is minutes away. Packers kind of feel like the Liverpool of the NFL. That was kind of my feeling anyway. Packers fan, eh? Yes, I'm still salty. Des Bryant caught that pass in the playoffs. Highway robbery. Let's get the job done in Turkey today. You'll never walk alone. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Do I own a suit? No. No, don't own a suit. Don't even own a shirt. That's, I'm just not a formal dressing person. I'm just not. Um, yeah, I don't. Look, if I lose some weight, I'll probably treat myself to a suit. But at this moment in time, no, don't own a suit, don't own a shirt, don't own a pair of shoes. I've got about 12 pairs of trainers, but Craig loves his Adidas. I do. Like, I am that guy that if I became a millionaire, I'd be getting out of me Ferrari in an Adidas tracksuit. That is just who I am. Do I wear socks? Oh, yeah. I couldn't wear trainers without socks. No, I wear trainer socks, like, but I couldn't wear them without socks. My feet are too smelly as well. The trainers would be wrecked. Wait, I don't get it. So what do you own? I own tracksuits, tracksuit bottoms, hoodies, tops, one pair of jeans. That's it. I don't go out much, and even if I do, that's it, a pair of jeans and a hoodie. I don't understand dressing up. I don't get it.
We live in tracksuits so often that when we put on jeans, people ask us where we're going.
Yeah, that's true. My wife said we both wear tracksuits. So, I say tracksuits. I don't wear a fucking tracksuit. I'm not a 14-year-old boy. I don't wear matching tracksuit clothes.
Well, I do. I'm a 14-year-old boy.
Anybody who wears tracksuits, whole tracksuits as an adult, there's something wrong with you. You have to mix and match.
There's nothing wrong with a lot of them spell tracksuits.
There is. You look like a 15-year-old boy.
I do. But I'm a warm 15-year-old boy.
Are you finished now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the truth with us. We're just chavs and proud of it. No shame wearing clothes that are comfy. That's it. I don't see the point of it. But why wear... Who am I fucking proving something to, you know? I don't get it.
You don't have to impress anybody. You've already got me.
Do you want me to answer that, or... Oh, she's back again. Are you finished? The match is about to start. So, will you put some clothes on and... Again, pick your titties up off the floor there, love. There's a good wife. Can't do that because you won't come on camera. So I can sit here and say what I want. What you gonna do about it, bitch?
Wait, you're finished.
Boxers, briefs, or free ball. Boxer briefs. Boxer briefs all the way. And they're Adidas as well. But I do have some Danish endurance ones that I really like. My wife hates them because they make everything in the washing machine grey and black. Because they're black. But I love them. In Niagara, got a flying saucer burger. Old spot. Nice. I'll give it a shot. Appreciate you. Prime Paisley or Prime Klopp for one season? Klopp, because I didn't see Bob Paisley's time at Liverpool, but I loved having another year of Klopp all full pelt. Right. By the way, that's the way me and my wife carry on all the time. That's just, even my kids are savages. They have to be. You wouldn't get by in this house if you're not a savage. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get underway. Liverpool will be playing from left to right in the first half, wearing our famous green retro shirt. I love that kit. Galatasaray in their home strip of red and gold. And we're underway. Right, we are underway in the Champions League last 16. Immediately, Ergakan Kakir goes long, straight through to Georgi Mamadashvili. Does that count as a shot from the keeper? Does that count as a shot there? Right, let's play a game of how many times will Craig call Georgie Allison. Liverpool knock it forward. Soboslai. Ekatike. He goes out right to Salah. Again, my clock is ahead of the TV clock. Gravenberch to Salah. Salah goes round the outside and wins a corner for Liverpool. No, double ricochet. Sorry, goal kick. I thought it was a corner. Referee points for a goal kick. Yeah, I'm 2 seconds ahead. 1, 2. There we go. Perfect. Right, we'll sync up at 1 minute, everybody. I was actually given an offside, the referee, an offside. Right, we are at 1 minute and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right, folks, if you can, do hit that subscribe button for me as well. As you can see, we're 269 away from 374,000. So if you can, do hit that button. Right, the subs for Liverpool, just in case you haven't seen them, the options today on the bench for Arna are as follows. Where are we? Wrong image, Craig. It is Woodman, Muscure, Jones, Gakpo, Robbo, Frimpong, Leone, Nallo, Morrison, and Ngamoa. Right, Kikir, he plays the ball out. Liverpool have intercepted it. Oh, he's missed an open goal. Wirtz has literally missed an open goal. It was about 18, 19 yards out. Ergukan Kikir played the ball. Liverpool intercepted it in midfield. And then the ball went out. It was knocked out by the Galatasaray player to Wirtz. And the keeper was off his line and out of his net. And Wirtz had the whole goal at his mercy. And he drags it wide. Again, Liverpool are pressing Galatasaray high up the pitch and winning the ball. They can't get out of their own half here in the opening exchanges. Van Dijk. Liverpool looking sharp here at the start. Salah now, wide right. He cuts inside. Plays the ball to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai, strike, it's blocked. Come on, boys. Good start. Good start. Galatasaray look a little bit shaky here. Good start from the Reds. Please keep swearing to a minimum. No, I'll swear as much as I want whenever I want. And I won't apologise for it. It's not my job to police your children. If you don't want your kids hearing swearing, this isn't the channel for you. But again, who are we hurting with a bit of swearing? Are we that precious? The little Johnny and Tarquin never hear swear words. Do we think that they don't swear in school? Do we think that we don't swear? Fuck off. I'll swear when I want. I hate that. Such a nonsy thing. Please don't swear. It might hurt my little Tarquin. If you think kids don't hear swear words and people don't swear, give up. Do you think solicitors don't swear? Doctors don't swear? Everybody swears, mate. Get over it. Again, Liverpool have it back. The high press has done really well early doors here. Galatasaray struggling to get out. Oh. Jesus, boys. Another time we win the ball back high up the pitch, but we overplay it. We should be at least 1 up here, folks, in the first 4 minutes. Galatasaray have not got started yet. Just shoot. I agree with the chat. Some dicking about in there. Just put the laces through it. It's a very bright start, this. Yeah, we certainly should have been a goal up at this point, but gotta say, well done to the boys. Come on, keep this up, lads. Keep it up. It's a great start. Again, Galatasaray give the ball straight back to us. They look shook, lads. Come on, boys. Back with Kikir again. Press comes on from Salah. Kikir drops a little dummy, plays it out left-hand side. Come on, lads. Keep it up. Galatasaray now in possession inside their own half. Come on, boys. Gala, go direct. Looking to get in behind Kirkes. Liverpool win the ball. Good play. Good play. Ekatike's been everywhere in the first few minutes. Really, really showing up well. Maybe that rest of the weekend has done Hugo the world of good, because he looks a man reborn out there. Come on, the Reds. Gravenberch. Out to Mo. intercepted. Galatasaray have it. Liverpool straight back in there, snapping into challenges. Come on, boys. Ibu. Galatasaray player gets past him. Pulls it back. There's Milos Kerkez to cut it out. And put it behind for a Galatasaray corner. Come on, boys. Right. Galatasaray corner. It'll be an outswinger. Referee's doing as usual. Coming in to talk to Lucas Torreira here, who he thinks has been impeding Georgi Mamardashvili. Corner in. It's deep. Osimhen gets a head on it. It's 1-0 Galatasaray. Fucking hell. First corner of the game we have to deal with and we're 1-0 down. Osimhen wins the initial header and then Galatasaray capitalise on the edge of the 6-yard box with the second connection. Ball's deep. Osimhen wins the header and then, Galatasaray player gets there ahead of 3 Liverpool players. Why is McAllister marking Victor Osimhen? Look at that. Why have we got McAllister there with Victor Osimhen? Fuck's sake. They hadn't gotten out of their half for the first 5-6 minutes. It was all Liverpool. And the first chance they get, we're 1-0 down. Come on, boys. What did I say to you about them starting early? Is anybody else wound up by why McAllister was challenging Osimhen? Like, it's... You've got one player out there to worry about, really, from headers. One. And we still give him a free header. It's just... so annoying. Now, this makes the next goal in this one super important. Ball in behind. Salah now. Come on, Mo! Heavy touch from Mo allows the Galatasaray player to come back and dispossess him. Right, lads. Come on, keep your heads. Come on, we started so brightly as well. We didn't take our chances. They get one. And there they are again. Set piece. One corner, one goal. Right, boys, keep going. Don't let the heads drop. Come on. Okay, they play some risky football, so there's mistakes in there for us. Osimhen now again. He goes past his man, slips it into Yildiz. Van Dijk does well. Wins the ball back. Osimhen, far too easy there for Osimhen when he got possession. VI Joker said, Statue of Liberty defence again. I refuse to believe we won't score outplaying them. I think we will, Joseph, but we've undermined ourselves. We started the game so brightly, should have been 1-0 up. Then they get out of their half for the first time, get into ours, get a corner, and they just wanted it more than us again. You know, whatever about the first contact from Osimhen, still nobody there for the second ball either. Wirtz slips it in looking for Salah. Salah goes back to Gomez. Gomez fires in a cross. It's cleared by Galatasaray. Gravenberch. His ball is intercepted by a Gala player. And they look to play their way out. It's back with Ergukan Kakir. Sahil Shah said, if you remember, Maka marked Dan Burn too multiple times. It's him marking the tallest player. It's a slot tactic I can't understand and hasn't been questioned by journos. Immediately, my man, immediately what you said there came into my head when I seen Maka marking him. Went straight back to that Dan Burn moment. And you're spot on, dude. You're spot on. I don't get it. And Arna's answer will probably be that it's never the first connection that leads to a goal. But we were nowhere in the second ball either. So whichever way Arna wants to gloss over it, it was just a shit bit of defending again. Look, give them credit. They did their job, Galatasaray, but yeah, it's just, again, too easy. And you're not wrong, mate. It's ridiculous having McAllister marking their strongest header of the ball. There's a free header now from Osimhen as well, and he puts it wide, thankfully. What is it about our defenders that they just can't deal with Victor Osimhen? Look, again, Van Dijk caught on the ground out of position, then he's going backwards, and Osimhen has a free header, and thankfully for us, he knocks it wide of the post. Wake up! But yeah, Sahil Shah's post there was, Sahil Shah, excuse me, sir, was spot on. It's ridiculous having McAllister marking their tallest player. Free kick to Liverpool. Fell middle of the park. Invis Chris said, it's crazy that I hope we lose so Slot gets sacked as I can't stand this shite anymore. Look, I don't want us to lose. I do want him to be sacked. But I agree with Joseph Purvis there a minute ago. I do think, we'll score in this game, but we make things harder than it needs to be. We've given Galatasaray all the encouragement now. Their tails are up. They're going to be full of confidence now, having got the opening goal, whereas they looked shaky in the first 4 or 5 minutes. No, Hugo, that's fucking silly, mate. You can't be leaning into him in front of the ref. Anybody else concerned about how we can't seem to deal with Osimhen? Like, I know he's a good player and all, but we're talking about Van Dijk and Canada here, not two wet behind the ears young centre backs. Like, Gala in possession inside their own half. They go long. Again, looking to get in behind Kirkes. Milos does well. Well done, Milos. Good defending. I don't understand what you mean by being kicked out, Lee. I don't know what you mean by that, mate. Sorry. So listening to you for the great updates as usual. Love the channel, community slot out. I don't know what you mean by kicked out, but whatever it is, I hope you're all right, Lee. And thank you for being with us as a member for 8 months, Lee. Appreciate you. Gravenberch has no good pass so far. He's usually a bad passer. Can't bring the ball out if he plays deep. We need Wharton or Anderson for sure. Yeah, I've said the same about, I've said similarly about his defensive attributes. I like him carrying the ball between the lines, but I don't think he is a proper 6. And we played him in a way last year that, yes, we got away with him as a 6, but he doesn't have those natural defensive tendencies, and yeah, we're too easy to play through again in the middle. But again, you can see a tactic here from Galatasaray to go direct and long and try and win the second balls in behind the fullbacks when they play it forward. Virgil to Gomez, Soboslai to Kanade. Kanade plays it forward into the space looking for Ekitike. Ekitike Plays the ball off a Gala player. Liverpool throw in halfway inside the Galatasaray half. Salah. Ball in. Cross. Wirtz. Saved by the keeper. That's twice, Flo. That's twice, bro. Gravenberch. Out to Salah. Salah dinks it in looking for Ekitike. Tries to backheel it to Salah. It's a little bit behind him, but we have it back now. It's Oboslai. Gravenberch. Gomez. Again, we tried to be a little bit too clever there, and the ball goes through to Erghan Kakir. Oh, the wife. Oh, yeah. I know that feeling, Lee. I definitely know that feeling, bro. Canade. Down to Gomez. Salah. Unlucky. Tried to play a ball in behind for Ekitike. Galatasaray bring it away. And give it straight back to Liverpool. That was foolish, but we're in possession now with Kirkes. Van Dijk into Gravenberch. Now there's space ahead of you. Gravenberch out to Salah. Why are you slowing down? Fucking run at him! As this is starting to do my head in. Salah got that ball and he had the chance to run and attack the defender. Shot from Canade is unlucky. Just over the bar. Unlucky, Ibu. So Salah gets the ball and he's got 15, 20 yards ahead of him. And he could have ran at the fullback, turned him inside out and gone past him. But he slows it down. It's like he's afraid to try to take his man on. He had the chance to get the momentum and just attack the space. It's doing my head in because he's done it a couple of times. Again, Liverpool win it back high up the pitch. Last ball that was intercepted. Galatasaray bring it away. Look at that fucking space again! Oh my days! Did you see that ball? Galatasaray had about 15 yards of space in the middle of the park. Fuck me. There's nobody paying attention. Salah, nothing ahead of him, so he has to go back to Joe. Gravenberch. Got to stop being wasteful, especially in the away legs at VI Jokers. I agree, mate. We should have had 2 or 3 in this game already. One ball cutting through the lines. It's just too easy, isn't it, mate? It's too easy. Who was that? Reiki Reeds. Yeah, too easy. Look where Gomez is here now. Look where Joe is. Look where our right back is. Centre circle. That's where our right back is standing now. Again, Galatasaray go looking for space around Kirkes. Kirkes wins the header, goes out for a Gala throw-in. Galatasaray work a little triangle down the right. Ball in behind looking for Osimhen. He gets there ahead of Mamardashvili, but thankfully puts it wide. Again, getting space in behind. Probably just offside there, Osimhen. Canade. To Dom. Back to Ibu. Mamardashvili. Virgil, Kirkes. That was a fucking hospital pass from Van Dijk. And now Kirkes has given it away because he was under pressure from two players. I don't know why Virg played that ball to Kirkes. Look at this shit again. Carries the ball 15, 20 yards with nobody near him in the middle of the park. Fuck me, wake up. Cross in. Oh my days, Georgie made a meal of that. Corner to Galatasaray. It was one of those crosses that was a cross that is difficult for a keeper to deal with because he's waiting to see if it gets a touch and then it bounces just in front of him. But even that being said, I expected Georgie to deal with that better. He looked lost there. What was that, mate? 2 hands and push it out. And Nick said, sounds like we need Engamoa on. Well, put it this way. If Rio had gotten to a couple of those positions Salah was in, he would have done a lot better in the position. But, I don't know. There's definitely space out there. Gomez to Salah to Szoboszlai. Ekitike is pulling into the space, Dom. He makes a meal out of it and then underhits the pass, and Galatasaray have a more wastefulness in the final third, overthinking it. How is that a foul, referee? Looked like McAllister stepped in and won the ball. He got the ball. McAllister's right leg got the ball there. Watch. There's the touch. You're very harsh on keepers. That was a great save. No, it wasn't. And I am a former goalkeeper. And I speak about this position with a lot of understanding of it. He went wrongly. He went like this with his arm, where he should have gone like this with his 2 hands. You want to try to smother the ball in those situations where it's bouncing in front of you. And what he did was go one-handed, which is halving the space that he has to connect to the ball. So going two-handed like that, with your arms closer together to push it away, gives you more coverage on the football. So I'm not being harsh on the goalkeeper. I'm just speaking about it from a position of knowledge. Corner to Gala, another outswinger. Ball deep again. And there's Oshiman, another fucking connection with nobody near him. Cross in. Saved by Georgie. Good save. Good save. Again though, free headers. Oshiman pulls away and they ignore him and he goes to the back post, wins the ball deep. Then the second ball comes in. Free header for Sanchez and the keeper makes a save. Free header again. Shite defending. Good save by Georgie. Nobody in there doing their job again. Free header. Fucking disgraceful. They make a mess of that corner, thankfully, and it goes straight out for a goal kick. That they need to start being tighter to the men. They cannot be giving them free headers. We need to change how we defend and give somebody a man to mark. Somebody should be saying to Virgil, you follow Oshiman around that 18-yard box. He's yours. Follow him around that 18-yard box and make sure he doesn't get on the ball. Gravenberch. He over carries the ball. And then the ref gives a free kick. Kane said the first 20 minutes will cost us, so wasteful. There was a little clip on Gravenberch's ankles there from Yildiz. Right, let's see if we can work something from a bit of a set piece. Salah, wake up. Be alert in case he wants to go out right. Somebody, have a look at Mo. Have a look at this. No, they've gone out. Dom dinks one in. Canade makes a head on it, but it goes through to Kikir. Stargirl said, Dad has left the room complaining he's too old for this. He was getting agitated and said he could not do your job. He'd be saying far worse. It can be tough at times, especially when people tell me I'm being harsh. I'm thinking deep down, no, I'm not. This is top level football we're talking about here, not a couple of teenagers kicking the ball around on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. And there's basic bitch mistakes happening here. Right now, you could put 3 double-decker buses in the space in that midfield. I'm just looking at it right now. Now we've turned over possession again. Gotta have it in the right channel. Kirkes trying to get back. McAllister trying to get back. Ball across the front of goal. It's overhit, but Galatasaray keep it in on the far side and they recycle it. Lang now. His ball dinked in. Canade heads it away. Second ball. Again, they have a back Galatasaray. Nice ball over the top. It's a good ball. Ball in. Canade defends it. Some good football there from Galatasaray, but again, forced from last-ditch defending. Well done, Ibu. Gala played some nice football there. Branca said, any chance we can invest in like 5 decent defenders? Oh, it's so frustrating because it's not rocket science, is it? Set pieces coming in, put your big man on their biggest man. It's not rocket science. Look at George, he's all over the shop there. Didn't know whether he was coming or going from that throw-in. Ekatike now. He tries to find Salah. Again, Galatasaray get a foot in and win the ball. This team is like a horse with a broken leg. Who's going to bring the shotgun to put it in the end this season? You've been the only bright spot. Cheers. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Another chance for Gala there. Liverpool get a challenge in and it ricochets up to Mamadashvili. Canade used the strength to lean in to the Galatasaray player. They're looking for a penalty. Referee says nothing doing. John Glover said Salah's downfall just annoys me now. Arna out. It just annoys me from the point of not his downfall. That's just, father time and it's unfortunate. But it annoys me because, Salah 2-3 years ago would be rinsing these fullbacks in some of the positions he's gotten into. Ball over the top. Oh, the run was on. Kirkes played the fucking run and you're supposed to be a deep line midfielder, Gravenberch, and you didn't even get your head up to spot the space Kirkes was in. Fuck me. Now Gala have the ball back. Another cross in. Oh, Canade misses it. Swing and a miss from Ibu. Swing and a miss. Batter up. Swing and a miss. Fuck me. And then Oshiman puts it over the bar. My God. Look at that. He just throws a lazy leg at it. Come on, Ibu. I had a rubbish day at work. I wanted an escape. Maybe it just makes your work day feel a bit better than, I don't know, mate. It's been a frustrating watch. Salah. Do you know what's mad is the game is so open and so stretched that we should be picking them off here. There's a head injury here for both teams, so the referee rightly stops the game. Hopefully both lads are okay. It's, yeah. Well, to be fair, there's an arm that catches the Gala player and then Dom lands awkwardly. Hopefully both gents are okay. Did anybody see that situation I was talking about with Gravenberch? He gets the ball and he's kind of just on the halfway line, verging on the inside of Galatasaray's half. Maybe a few yards deeper, actually. If he gets his head up, he sees Kirkes waving his arms and screaming for the ball in loads of space. But he doesn't even lift his head up. He doesn't lift his head up to see what he's going to do with the ball. And that's your fucking deep line playmaker. Showing a replay of Georgie's good save from Sanchez header. He saw Kirkes, he just refused to pass it. That's even worse than Roger, mate. That's even worse. You know, I gave him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't see him, but if he looked up, saw him and didn't do it, that tells you one of two things. One, he doesn't trust Kirkes, or two, he doesn't fancy himself to make the pass. Maka. Soboslai, he lifts it into Virgil. Virgil now, looking for somebody to come to him. Gravenberch goes between the lines. He's then tripped up. Bref, have you forgotten your fucking cards, you gimp? Get your cards out. That's stopping a counter-attack. Don't give him any more of this wavy hand bollocks. Just get the cards out. That's a yellow every day of the week. Then we just pass it straight to Galatasaray. And then look, he's even losing his jewels there, Gravenberch. Fuck me. Get him off and get Jones on the pitch. Gravenberch is annoying the shit out of me here in this game. Gravenberch has been doing that all season. Mr. Safe, said Dingo, Florida. He's even losing his jewels, though. Verge then wins a header, heads it straight down to Yilmaz. Galatasaray, you can see they have their tails up now. They're feeling confident. Yildiz goes down under a challenge. Kirkes gets a booking. So that's our fullback on a booking now. Which means they're going to be targeting Kirkes even more. Now that... I mean, you can't have too many complaints about the foul. But explain to me how that's a yellow and the one on the halfway line isn't. Do you know what I mean? That's a hometown yellow card. I'm not saying it wasn't a foul. It was absolutely a foul. But for the love of God. Look, I don't... If the ref going to give out a yellow card, fair enough. But where was the yellow card on the halfway line when Gravenberch was brought down when he was on a counter? When he turned the two of them? So if you want to play the yellow card game, well then how was that not a yellow? So that feels like a soft yellow for me. But now it is what it is. But what we have to do now is look at changing the fullback at half time. Because they're going to target him. As they should. Their game plan as a wide player like that is get your fullback booked. And then he can't really challenge for the rest of the game. He can't do anything 50-50 because he knows if he missed times that he's gone. So now they're going to keep targeting Milos Kerkez for the rest of this game. And rightly so. Mamadashvili plays it forward. Salah cushions it to Wirtz. Salah now plays it across. Sanchez slides in. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Sanchez. The other centre-back slides in, puts it behind it. It'll be a Liverpool corner. Far side of the pitch. Right corner. Right, Dom. Come on. Referees look like he's about to take a shit. Cross in. Kikir comes and gets 2 strong fists on it. Virti flicks it back in. Galatasaray clear their lines. Gravenberch, he's fouled by Osherman. Free kick Liverpool halfway between the halfway line and Galatasaray's 18-yard box. Bench Iverton, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my friend. Appreciate you becoming a member. Thank you. Right, folks, 195 subscribers to go. If you are new, please do hit that subscribe button. We've got 9 minutes left in the first half plus stoppage time. Galatasaray lead by a goal to 0. Right, here comes the delivery. Nope, he pauses, goes again. Play to Soboslai, left side of the penalty area. He rolls it out. Oh my fucking days. Gomez, second ball in. And another one out over the top of the crossbar. He passed it to Mohamed Salah, who passes it straight off the arse of a Galatasaray player. Again, Gala goes short with the goal kick. Left back plays it long. Goes straight at a play. It'll be a Liverpool throw in. Near the halfway line on the near side. Liverpool throw in again. Hugo slips the ball into Wirtz. Wirtz rolls it across to Virgil. Tipsy Dipsy said we're supposed to believe we can win this trophy. Yeah, it feels like a stretch, doesn't it? But the talent is there, mate. That's the frustration. We've been so wasteful in the final third and so sloppy defensively. Look at that shit, you fucking clowns! The two of them stand there watching the ball bounce and then Galatasaray bring it away. Are you for real? Are you actually serious? That's fucking defending. Anybody who's not able to watch this game, consider yourself lucky. Because what just happened there is the ball was up in the air. Virgil looked at another Liverpool player. They both looked at each other. Maybe they fell in love. I don't know. Then they just watched the ball drop and bounce. Galatasaray player runs in between the middle of the two of them and takes the ball off. Fuck me. Yeah, of course you are, Jaden. Everybody's welcome in, mate. All we ask is that everyone's respectful to each other, but of course you're welcome in, my friend. You know, I understand you want to get a bit of European action this year. I mean, jokes, Jaden, jokes. But yeah, of course you're welcome in, mate. Georgie launches it long. Ball played back in again. Gravenberch loses yet another duel. Gomez now tries to recover. His clearance is semi-blocked. Galatasaray have it back again. They go back to Kikir. He loves sliding, that goalkeeper, doesn't he? He loves an old sliding clearance, Kikir. Canade goes long, looking for Hugo. Ball drops. Hugo. Why didn't he shoot first time? Hugo fires the ball across. Kirkes heads it back in. Wirtz passes it back to the keeper with a header because that's the best way I can describe the state of that header. Again, ball switched out left side from Gala. Lang brings it away. He cuts infield. Shot, deflection. Oh. Deflection, and thankfully it nearly spun into the path of Victor Osimhen, but goes behind for a Galatasaray corner. Oh, fuck me. Right, boys, come on. Gamble and bring on Trey for Gravenberch. I know he's only 18 years of age, but thought it'd be really well worth a few minutes of playing. Another header from Galatasaray, and eventually it's cleared by Salah, who plays it straight to a Galatasaray player again. The absolute state of this half from Mo. The absolute state of it. Look, if we're being really blunt about this, you could make arguments to get Kirkes off, to get Salah off, and to get Gravenberch off. And I don't think any of them could have any complaints. And you could probably throw Wirtz into that mix as well, because he's been extremely wasteful. Canade pass straight to the Galatasaray player. Fucking hell. Kirkes has been good though, but he's on a yellow mark. He's on a yellow, and that worries me, mate, because he's got a second 45 to go through, and they're going to keep targeting him on that side. That's what worries me. I'm not saying he's had a shit game or anything. I'm just saying he's one foul away from being sent off, and that worries me. Gravenberch goes back to Mamadashvili. He passes the ball out. Left side. Little 1-2. Maka into the channel. Looking for Hugo. Galatasaray player gets there. That ball went out, referee. That ball surely went out of play. Galatasaray have it. Far side. Gomez, get your fucking self alongside Canade there and help out. Gravenberch spins away from his man, fires one into Hugo. Hugo plays the ball. No, he's not tripped. Fucking hell, referee, come on. How was that not a foul, you absolute fucking spoofer? He was clearly clipped on the edge of the... You absolute chancer. Grizzly said, "Is Mo completely checked out this season? How long can you pout for this team's defeated?" He's been so wasteful, is the word I'm going to use, in this game when he's been in possession. Any thoughts on Salah so far, anyone? Yeah, he's not been good. But what really winds me up is there was one point in this game where he got the ball and he'd 15 yards ahead of him with no Galatasaray player and then a fullback. And he didn't even look to go past them. He slowed down the attack consciously and then waited for support to come. Oh, free out for Galatasaray. Another hometown decision there, referee. Well done. Celtic and Liverpool fan like to see Big Ange here. I don't know if we could deal with Big Ange's high line, mate. You definitely get a tune out of the players better than Arne. I'll give you that one. He'd definitely be able to inspire them a bit more, but Whatever the plan was here, this game is very stretched and very open, and Arne has absolutely fucking zero excuses about how Galatasaray set up, because honestly, you dream of having as much space as there has been in this game, and we've not utilised it as well as they have, and that is concerning, because I expected them when they went ahead to sit back deep. Nope, the game's been open end to end, and we still haven't been able to find a way. So what's the possession merchant have to say about this one? Look at that, you fucking idiots! Two gobshites standing there looking at each other. Virgil, here's an idea. Take Maka and the ball. Put both of them into the fucking stands. Standing there looking at it. Looking at it. Fuck me. Did you see the state of that? I'd have put McAllister and the ball into the stands if I was the centre-back. Virg just stands there. Oh, better not kick it. We're almost at the 2 minutes of added on time played here. Referee blows up, it's half time. And at half time, Galatasaray lead by 1-0. Look, here's my thoughts on the first half. So many underperforming players. So many players out there look like they're shit in the bed. Virgil looks like he's all over the place. Again, no marking from set pieces. Imagine you've McAllister again on Usherman. And then we don't defend the second ball either. And apart from that, we missed golden opportunities in the first few minutes to open the lead. Gravenberch has been awful. Salah has been awful. Wirtz has been awful. And that's not me being harsh. That's God honest truth. Salah should be taken off. He's awful. Wirtz has been so wasteful. I expect more from a player that came with such a price tag and, such a fondness for sticking the ball in the back of the net. He's been way off it. Gravenberch has been non-existent. Our midfield is way too open. Same old though. Same old. Is there anybody out there that we can say that had a good 45? I think Ekitike was okay. Gomez looks decent enough. But apart from that, I'm really struggling to find... Dom's been trying to make stuff tick, but I think he's held on to the ball too long on a few occasions. Gravenberch, that ball to Kirkes that was on... I can't believe our deep-lying playmaker did not see or refused to try the pass to Kirkes, who was in acres of space. So for me, what we've got to do in the second half is take off Kirkes, not because of anything performance related. He's been okay, but he's booked, and we cannot afford to go down to 10 now. We can't. So Arne has to make a decision. He has to change the fullback, because if we don't, we're one foul away from being down to 10, and we cannot afford to start doing that and stupid at the end of this game. Yeah, that's where my head's at with it. Wirtz doesn't look like he's at it. Gravenberch looks too soft in the middle of that pitch, and Salah is just a shadow of himself, a shadow of it. And don't even get me started on how we defended set pieces and corners. Heavy Metal D said, I have an actual fear that Craig could explode if Liverpool continue to play like this. It just makes no sense. Like, if you asked Arne, what's your ideal scenario in this game? He would have said, space to play. Space to get at them. Space to do what we want to do with his possession-based football, right? Would we agree with that? That he'd say he wants the game open, he wants Liverpool to be able to find space, create opportunities, and he wants to try and use a high press. All of those things are there. So where is the football that he apparently wants to play? Where is it? Because they're not sitting back with a low block. There's gaps all over that fucking pitch, and we're not exploiting any of them. So again, this is Arne's wet dream, and his team is performing like they've just met each other. There's just needless mistake after needless mistake. It looks like we're a team full of inexperienced youngsters that's never played in an environment like Galatasaray before. We were there early on in the season. We should know what to expect. The crowd are going to be right up for it. Galatasaray are going to run their socks off, and it's going to be a battle. And you stand up and you take that battle on. We look shell-shocked. It feels like we've two classes of players out there, those who are too casual and those who aren't doing much, trying to overcome their other type. Also, we also have shithouses, because I'm not going to sugarcoat this. There was 2 occasions in that first half that McAllister and Gravenberch pussied out with challenges. I'm going to say it like it is. McAllister and Gravenberch pussied out with challenges, 50-50s in that first half. 50-50s. They should have been putting down a fucking marker and taking man and ball and showing them that you're up for the physical stuff. You're up for the physical battle. But no, pussying out with challenges. It's not acceptable. It's really becoming harder and harder to watch Liverpool this year. Manager standards flood through the squad. It's just not good enough. He's got to go. Thank you, Douglas. We've been awful. Not as bad as the refereeing crew, though. So what's the one thing, mate? I don't know if you watched the build-up all week we had on the channel. What's the one thing I said? We need a referee who's going to not fall for any of the antics. We need a referee that's going to go out there and be strong. What we got was another fucking spoofer. That's just giving everything soft, missing clear fouls. But again, it's not the referee's fault. It's our fault, because we're playing horrendously. And yet again, we look like a team of strangers. It's not good enough. Who said, are you actually an idiot? He said blaming the ref again. I didn't blame the ref. I gave you my opinion on the ref and went on to say it's not down to the ref that we're losing. Are you fucking deaf? Or are you just choosing to be pedantic? He'll say we were unlucky, Craig. Usual excuses. Feckin' fed up of Salah. He's absolutely killing us, said Jack Alexander. Stevie Boy said, not even upset with the performance. It's been happening all year. Does this surprise me? Here's the thing though, Stevie Boy, right? We started this game on the front foot. Would you agree? And we had the opportunity to take an early lead. Wirtz misses an open net. Then he misses another opportunity later on. And we don't punish them. We let them off the hook. They grow in confidence as the game goes on. They work a good set piece. And again, why is Alexis McAllister marking their tallest player? A gentleman in the chat made a very good comparison going back to the League Cup final against Newcastle, where Mac is standing there on Dan Burn. You know, it's not rocket science. And not only that, Arnold will be the first one to say that it's always the second ball from a set piece. Well, we didn't compete for that either, did we? Their player had 3 yards of space in the 6-yard box to attack it. It's just been so lazy defensively. There's such a lack of aggression in this team. It's embarrassing, the lack of aggression and fight that they have. This game, if anything, is an indictment of Slot's tactics or lack thereof. Who in the front office is watching this still thinks Slot is the guy? When Slot leaves, that bootlicker should go too. I do not disagree with you one bit on, because like I said, this should be his wet dream. This is everything he tells you he wants in a game of football. Space, the opportunity to attack, to work with a high press, everything he wants. And he still can't put a team out there that looks like it has any understanding of what they're supposed to do. And this is just rinse and repeat. So yes, we're all going to get angry. Yes, we're all going to start talking this, that and the other. But it's the same old, same old. Same Arna, same story. Fucking spoofer. Not fit for the job. And some of these players, if they aren't getting a rocket in that dressing room at half-time, if Virgil isn't standing up there and screaming at some of these lads, I don't know what to say. Because it's been embarrassing, the lack of aggression out there from our players. Embarrassing. Hendo wouldn't allow this. They have zero respect for VVD. You're absolutely right you wouldn't allow it, Daniel. Say what we want about the way Hendo left, but as a captain, he absolutely wouldn't have stood for that. I'm with you 100%. And it happens way too often. How many times do they need to be told at halftime? How many times do we need to go in at halftime to try and save something? It's like we're a 45-minute team. It's like, how bad will the first half be? And then he tries to fix it at halftime. Never seems to have a game plan that works. Never seems to have a game plan that puts the opponents on the back foot from the off. Craig, if we get knocked out, Slot will have us playing like Galatasaray like he did with PSG. Right, I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom, ladies and gents. I'll be back in 30 seconds. I need a quick bathroom break. Back in 30 seconds and I'll work through the remaining super chats, so bear with me. Thank you, my friends. Apologies about that one. Had to run to the bathroom. Shouldn't have probably had the coffee before the game, but we are back and thank you for your patience. Vavak Knives said Maka needs to be replaced. Slot in midfield and missing easy passes. Ekatike is actually being put in a full Nelson every time we play. Wherever Yilmaz goes down from the wind, ref blows the whistle immediately. Embarrassing. Yeah, there was a couple of fouls on the edge of the box that should have been clear cut, that the ref should have given, it didn't. If we don't come out second half, I give up, said Darren. If we don't come out better second half. Andy said every time we start to look a little bit better. Yeah, we fall back into type, mate. I hear you. Jamie, how are we, sir? Said, I'm fed up to the back teeth with seeing us play like this week in and week out. Nothing this team does represents Liverpool, bar a few players. Gala not lost at home in the knockout in 30 years. We got this. Right, but respectfully, look, we know what we're going to get when we go over to Galatasaray. We're going to get a great set of fans behind them. It's going to be loud in the stadium and it's going to be a tough game. But we're still a better team. And we're not showing it. So credit Galatasaray. They're fighting. They're really putting it up to us out there. But you need to start with the physicality. And we need to match them physically. And again, we're being bullied. And we're losing too many duels out there. And it's just, as somebody else said, it's embarrassing. Gary said, Salah is his own worst enemy. Whatever his problem is, he can only be sorted by him. He's clearly something going on and the team can't help, unfortunately. Yeah, I think that's fair. You know, he had a very disappointing 45 and he just looks so far... He just looks so far off himself. And he's not even looking to be proactive in possession and take people on or get at them. We're basically playing with one... We're playing with no wingers in the game, if you think about it, because on the other side, we've got Wirtz, and he's not really a winger. He's more a 10 that's pushing inside. Yeah, it's not good enough. The manager had a pair. If he actually had some balls, he would bring on Rio and Gamoa for the second half, because he'd have a field day up against their fullback. He'd certainly at least try to take them on. If you watch Slot, bring Gakpo on second half. So this is going to probably get me a lot of trouble, Hugh. I wouldn't blame him, though. Truly, mate, I wouldn't. Because what have we seen from Wirtz in the first half? Wastefulness. So if he brought Gakpo on, for once, I'm going to say I'd understand it. Look, we need to be concerned in the fullback position on the left side. They are going to pinpoint Kirkes. They are going to try and draw him in. That is a fact. If their manager is not in that dressing room telling them to run at Milos Kirkes or try to draw a second foul out of him, I'd be absolutely amazed. So he needs to be replaced by Robertson. We need to have a reset there so we can afford a tactical foul if we need one. Then on the right-hand side, Salah should be taken off, and Gravenberch should be taken off as well because he's been nowhere. If Gravenberch and McAllister both come out for that second half, I'm concerned. Team lacks aggression. Not so under Klopp. Miss it. Yeah. And even, like, it's funny. Somebody said to me before the game, did I see Graham Souness' interview with TalkSport? And we kind of went through a bit of it. And in that was exactly that what you said. No aggression. They're not standing up to be counted. They're not putting themselves in difficult situations. They're not fighting enough. You know, there's times in that half where we actually watched the ball bounce. Virgil stood there looking at another Liverpool player while the ball bounced in between the middle of them and the Galatasaray player just took it and run out wide. It's absolutely ridiculous. Sad, Kirkes makes runs, nobody sees it. Sad to watch. They play like they don't rate this Gala team. He has made so many good movements. And there was one in the first half where Gravenberch got the ball inside their half and he was waving his arms for the ball, Kirkes, in acres of space out on the left. And the margin of error on the pass was huge. He had 15 yards to play that ball into, and Kirkes could have attacked the space. And he didn't. He just kept trying to move the ball forward and then lost it. Pisson said, "Hey Craig, I remember Noah from Sweden. Hope you're well. My 15-year-old bro is a pool fan and normally relaxed. Even he can't take Slot's playstyle anymore." Well, much love to you and your family, mate. And I don't blame your bro for being frustrated. Many of us are, and he certainly isn't on his own with that frustration. There's no longer a connection with the fans, said USA Copbite. I've been saying that for months. Despite what some of the media tried to force down our necks, I don't know a Liverpool fan that likes the manager. I know some that will tolerate him. I know some that think he deserves a bit more time, but I don't know anyone that actually is warmed to him. Right, second half's about to get on the way anyway. Referee just waiting for the go-ahead from the TV companies for the ads to be over. Right, here we go, second half. No changes made. And Wirtz immediately plays the ball forward. Gallo in the first header. Second ball breaks into midfield. Maka. Ekatike. Gravenberch. Back to Kanade. With an empty net, they'd still pass it sideways, said Amteki. 1 second ahead again. Their clocks are definitely not going at the time the referee starts the game. Yildiz. He's dispossessed by Wirtz. Gives it to Kirkes. Kirkes inside to Ekatike. Ekatike now gets his head up. Moves the ball out wide right. Soboslai. He shoots. Kakir with the save. It's back out into play. Gravenberch. Right, we're coming up towards 46 minutes, folks. So it is now 46 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right, throw in, far side to Liverpool, near the corner flag. Gomez coming up, so it looks like we're going to go for a long throw in. Here's the good news, Craig. I've just burnt a whole chicken in a bag. Listening on here, I agree with everything you say. Ah! No, we don't want you burning the chicken, mate. We want you to enjoy your chicken. Something about them rotisserie chickens just hits different as well, don't they? I fucking love a rotisserie chicken. Right, long throw in. Drops to Maka. Oh, he drags it wide, Maka. You've got to score. Ball drops to Maka. He's unmarked. Look at the space. Oh, he drags the shot wide. He takes the touch. Then he's getting closed down and he pulls the shot wide. Wastefulness from us again. Folks, 109 subscribers to go. If I can ask you to hit that subscribe button, it would be a huge help. Appreciate you all. Yeah, we're trying to get to 374,000 tonight. So every single one of you that hits that button helps us on our journey. And thank you for being with us. Oh. Right. Maka. Certainly coming deeper here, Maka. Georgie uses his right foot for the clearance. Unlucky. Ball ricochets into midfield. Salah. What was that? What was that? Salah has the ball on the far side. He lets it bounce off his leg and it goes out for a throw-in. I don't know. What does he need to see? What more does the manager need to see? Austin, love from South Africa. Thank you, my friend. Love right back to you. Haven't had the pleasure of visiting South Africa yet. Soboslai, Salah, Wirtz, ball inside now to McAllister. Attack the space. That's it. Keep running. Attack it. Move it. There you go. Gravenberch tries to flick it out. Last ball again. Last ball. Gala in possession now. Far side of the pitch. Liverpool step in. Win the ball back with Gravenberch to Wirtz. Wirtz out to Salah. Gomez now. McAllister. He goes out to Kirkes. Back to Maka. Pings one out right side to Salah. Salah brings it under control. And runs straight into his fucking... These lads. Lads, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. He just runs straight into the man again and loses the ball. Just time and time again. Salah has gone, sadly, just like Slot should be, said Mank Scum. Oh, geez, it's just it's so sad to see. It's like watching that boxer that's gone on one fight too long and it's just not there anymore. It's not nice to see. Like, it is just saddening because we know what an amazing player Salah's been for us. But he's just a shadow of himself. There's a bit of ping pong going on in there. McAllister works the ball out. The Gravenberch. Ball goes out off Gravenberch from a challenge and it'll be a throw into Galatasaray. So, Pasky, you said Mo is not finished. Really? Like, genuinely, like, putting aside your love of him, and we all do. Come on, bro. Let's be honest about it. I think you're just letting your love of him blind you from what you're seeing out there, mate, because he's not looked at it for a long time. Canade there again. Him heading the ball to a Galatasaray player. Van Dijk goes back to... Our players need to learn that our goalkeeper's left-footed, by the way. That's again, Virgil plays back to Mamardashvili's right foot and forced him into a hurried clearance. He's left-footed, for the love of God. Lang now. He cuts inside. He puts in a deep cross. Why is Georgie coming out Superman punching that? Catch the fucking ball, mate. Salah would be better if he was rotated. Well, we can't, because when you rotate him, he again gets a cob on about that. Sub Salah off, not playing him week in, week out proves until he proves himself. 400k a week is not the reason to keep playing him. We've waited for him to show up, but hasn't. Take him off ASAP. Look, for me, I just find the whole situation sad with Mo. Because nobody wants to have to say these things. Nobody. But I'm not going to sit here and lie. Save the Flavour said, this ass clown coach gives serious Rodgers vibes. Macca now. I'd love to know what that ball was that Macca played. It was just a hopeful ball to an area. Eight minutes into the second half, and it's still Galatasaray leading by a goal to nil. Macca had a good chance if you're just joining us at the start of the second half, but he dragged the shot wide. Mr. Granby said, the Mo thing is definitely down to tactics and slot, if you ask me. How, though? Explain how. How what Salah's doing is on anybody but Salah. Genuinely. Because it's not tactics that's telling him not to take a man on. It's not tactics that's telling him to pass the ball off the legs of a defender. It's not tactics that's telling him not to come back and help it defensively. It's not tactics that's telling him not to make the right decision. That's all on him. So I would love to agree with you, but I think this is, unfortunately, the father time thing. Another yellow card. This time it's Virgil. Same player. Yield is. Virgil's on a yellow now. And the fun continues. Ball headed away by Van Dijk, but doesn't even get 15 yards cleared. Straight to a Galatasaray player. Oshiman. Side netting from Galatasaray. Fuck me. Macca to Virgil. Only 72 more subs to go. Thank you so much, by the way, everybody that has subscribed. Really appreciate you. 72 left to go. Canade. Virgil. Let's see when the manager looks to the bench and what changes he looks to make. Just a reminder of the Liverpool bench today. Woodman, Miscure, Jones, Gakpo, Robertson, Frimpong, Leone, Nallo, Morrison, Engamoa. Soboslai. Strike. Oh, he's dragged it wide. So, a different story from Jorge Picon, who said Liverpool are interested in Nico Schlotterbeck, and Slot even met with him to tell him about the project and tried to convince him. LFC Transfer Room just posted that from Jorge C. Picon, that Liverpool are interested in Schlotterbeck, which is very different to the report from Bills yesterday or the day before that said that we weren't interested. If Canada is going to leave, we should be all over trying to get Schlotterbeck. See, this is just this winds me up, mate. Not what you've like, nothing against you, but this whole angle of Mo doesn't want to play for the manager. He should play for the fucking badge. So whether he wants to play for the manager or not, he wants to win the Champions League. So he should be playing for Liverpool badge, and he should be playing for pride. So I don't buy into Arna being the excuse that Mo thinks he can't show up. Sorry. If you don't like the manager, fair enough, but you've got a job to do out there and you're part of a group. So, yeah, I just don't buy that. Because that's even more worrying to me if that was the case. Because then we have players in that are undermining intentionally. I don't like that. I don't agree with that. I hope you're wrong about it. Double change coming up. Robbo and Frimpong about to come on. Verge. You'd hope now Frimpong can help us pin them back in a little bit, because he's made a huge impact, Jeremy, in the games recently he has come into. He's really attacked the space well down the right, so I'm hoping he could be a big asset to us here for the last half hour. Szoboszlai, he walks straight into a challenge in midfield. Liverpool lose possession. Here, referee. Fuck off, you fucking donut. Lads, this referee's the spoofer. Honest to God. Anything. Anytime a Galatasaray player falls to the ground, yet again the referee can't blow the whistle quick enough. Fuck me. So Kirkes off. Robertson on. Salah off. Salah off. Frimpong on. Right decision. Frimpong gone to right wing. Good. Good. Well done. Give the manager credit. They have the changes. Fair play. Grizzly said Frimpong for Mo. Mo carried Slot for the first half of the season, gave everything he had. Slot did little to adjust when he went off the ball, and it's just gotten worse. For the first half of the season, when we were terrible. I'm sorry, I'm confused. Who was carrying who? Nobody carried us in the first half of the season because we were shy. And his numbers in the first half of the season certainly weren't carrying anybody. If you mean last season, he was brilliant. Absolutely phenomenal. Rio would do well. Come on now, said Smashing. Oh, excuse me, mate. I read this correctly, Roshi. My apologies. Mo carried Slot for the first half of last season. Sorry, sir. My apologies. Gave everything he had. Slot did little to adjust. Yes, that spot on. My apologies, mate. That was spot on. Yeah, he was unbelievable last year. Carried everyone, the whole team. Like, really. We don't win the season last season without Salah's numbers. Without a doubt. No denying that. Oh my God, Canada, you fucking clown. Is that offside? Or is it 2-0? Oh my God, I don't know what to say. Is the flag up? I don't know what's going on here. The ball's in the net, but I haven't got a Scooby if it's offside or not. It's been given as offside. Look at the state of this, by the way. I don't think you can give this as offside. That's onside, lads. There's no offside in there. Who's offside? What? The goal disallowed and it's still 1-0. The player that touched the ball was Oshiman. Yildiz didn't touch the ball. But 53 didn't touch the ball. Look at it back. Yildiz was offside, but he comes back in. He doesn't touch the ball. Oshiman's the one that comes and touches the ball. We'll take it, but Yilmaz doesn't play the ball. So he's offside for what? He doesn't play the ball. Galatasaray in again now. Oshiman. He spreads it out to Yildiz. Offside flag is up. Honestly, if that was us and that goal was taken off us, I'd be screaming. Delighted it was ruled out, don't get me wrong, but anyway, it's still 1-0. And I don't know what Canade was doing in all of that, by the way. I mean, they get a lot off the hook there, but that was, again, Keystone Cops defending. I'm going to call it like it is, folks. I think that goal should have stood. If that was against us, I'd have been really annoyed about it. I don't think that was offside. That's my honest take on it. Galatasaray appealing for a penalty now. Referee points for a throw-in, though. Look, you know I've always told you I'll give you an honest opinion. I'm a Liverpool fan, but I feel like they've been done dirty there. Canade's worst. All the defenders are crap, said Branca. We're like a Sunday League side, said Russ Mays. We are, Russ, unfortunately, mate. This whole game is a bit Sunday League, though. It's all over the shop. There's no control in this game at all. Charlie said, is it because he drew the defender? That's the only thing I can think of, Charlie, is that, Ekatike's in. Oh, he's missed. 1-on-1 and he's missed it. Fuck. Good save, keeper. Fuck. Intercepts a pass, Hugo. He's in 1-on-1 with the keeper. Keeper comes out and spreads himself, and Ekatike can't lift it over him. Well done, Kikir, but you should be scoring that. Yeah, sorry, so to get back to your point, Charlie, I think that's what they gave it for. I think they deemed him to be impacting the defender, but we've seen them in the Prem, and they would say he didn't touch the ball, so I'm glad. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to be honest. Soboslai with the corner. It's deep. Referee gives a free out. For fuck's sake. So here's what you're going to hear from Arna if we don't win this match. And I'm going to predict it right now. If we don't get anything out of this game, Arna's going to say we created enough and we could have won the game. Watch. Now, he isn't wrong, but it doesn't take away from the wastefulness again. Can't believe we're probably out in this knockout stage. I don't think we are, Jamie. If we leave here right now with this scoreline, I still think we turn it around at Anfield. But, again, we should be doing better in these circumstances than we are. Because this game should be exactly what he wants. Like, they're not sitting in, they're not sitting deep. It's a stretch game, there's space to exploit. We're just not using the ball well. And also credit Gala, like they're leaving it all out there. Like they really are putting a shift in, but this is where our composure and class is supposed to tell. Look at even that. Fuck me. It's just like ping pong. Just Virgil just volleying the ball randomly into areas. Bring it down, put your fucking foot on it and pick a pass. Frimpong now, wide right. Come on. Come on, Jeremy. Take him on. Take him on. Gomez. Cross in. Who was that to? Would you agree that Mamardashvili hasn't done anything to calm the nerves about the future after Alisson? I'm wording this as kindly as I can, but I haven't seen enough composure from Georgie in this game in certain moments that I would want from a first team goalkeeper. McAllister, he slips in looking for Dom. He plays the ball out off Galatasaray player for Liverpool corner. Yes, a big part, definitely. Can't even put together 2 passes. When will people acknowledge most of these players aren't good enough? Really? I don't know, David, mate. I honestly, I struggle to look at our squad, David, and think they aren't good enough. I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much. Goal. 1-1. Goal. Ball's bundled into the net. Goal. I think. What the fuck's going on? Goal. Yeah, goal. Referee points. Goal. No idea. No idea what happened, but it's 1-1. Ball's in the net. It's bundled in. Let's have a look. Ball's played in. Ricochets off a few players. I think it goes in off a Galatasaray player. Oh, it might come off Canade's arm. It might have come off Canade's arm. I'm not sure. I think it might be a handball in here, folks. I think it comes off Canade's elbow. I think. Now, whether they look at that or not, I don't know. But it looks like it hit a hand to me. I don't know. Sit Sanchez as well. Refs chatting with VAR anyway. We're still waiting here on the decision. Ref still talking. Did I see him mouth the words penalty, the referee, or have I just imagined that? I don't think our future goalkeeper is on this team, said Mr. Acentino. I miss having a player like Suarez, said Mike Mickelson. I think it does hit Canade's arm. Handball, no goal. Handball, no goal. Gakpo on. Look, I don't have any complaints. It looks like it hit Canade's arm. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints. It's frustrating and it's disappointing. But again, I tried to put myself in the position where if that was us defending it, I'd certainly have wanted it given. So Still 1-0. Ekitike now. He dinks one to the back post. Frimpong heads it back in. Gakpo, his strike's blocked. The Gravenberch, his strike blocked. Back to Gravenberch. Bit of ping pong now. Galatasaray bring it away. But no, Liverpool have it back on the edge of the box. Frimpong. Strikes. Tiddler straight through to the keeper. I missed. Can somebody tell me who was it? McAllister? Who did Gakpo? No, he's out there. Who did Gakpo come on for? No? Can somebody tell me who Gakpo came on for? Was it Wirtz? Wirtz, excuse me. Thanks. Yes, thank you, chat. Yeah, it was Wirtz. Thanks for letting me know. Right, at the very least now, nothing stupid defensively. If something presents itself in a position to get a goal and attack, fair enough, but nothing stupid defensively. What we don't want to do here is concede a second. Right, just over 15 to go, folks. Georgie rolls the ball out to Virgil. McAllister. Virgil plays out looking for Frimpong. Tries to keep it in, but Gala have it on the far side. 15 plus stoppage time to go. Robbo. Gakpo. Free kick to Liverpool. Wide left. Right, Robertson and Szoboszlai over it. Ball delivered too close to the keeper. He loves giving a free out, doesn't he? He loves it, referee. Anytime a Galatasaray player goes down. Yeah, Virgil, I know. How is that a foul on the goalkeeper when Virgil doesn't even look at the goalkeeper and is going to play the ball? There's no way that's a fucking foul. This referee's a gobshite. Learn the rules. People goes in after the accident. I think it's yourself that needs to learn the rules, mate. Why is Slot still in charge? I'm losing my mind. You're not the only one, my friend. Mahmoudal said, best case scenario, we pass this round as painfully as possible. Club make sure Xabi has a solid plan. Get him in early. Sack this clown. It's painful watching this football, his football. Why Gakpo? This is Rio time. I don't disagree on giving Rio a chance, especially with the game being stretched. But, you're bringing on Gakpo that clearly has an arm injury as well. So, I don't know, mate. Gomez then with a stupid foul as well. Fuck me. Their heads, it looks like their heads have gone out there at times, lads. 28 subscribers to go, by the way, folks. We can still take something positive from today. If you can, please do hit that subscribe button. Give Petty a run out. I really like him as a future keeper. He looks very good. I will say that, mate. He looks like a good young goalkeeper, but yeah, I'm not convinced on Georgie yet. Cross in from Gala. Look at that fucking free header again, but thankfully he's offside. Torreira, he's offside though, thankfully. After a long day at work, looking forward to the game. It's disappointing to see this, said it's Boniface. Mate, my heart's broken, honestly. Because you're looking at the team doing the same shit wrong that we've done every time we've played Galatasaray, or every time we've come up against any type of physical opponent this year. We just don't look like we're up for the physical battle. Why are you telling me it's 1-0? I haven't done that. I don't know what you're saying to me. Where are you getting the 1-1 from? Scoreboard says 1-0. And again, the scoreboard is operated independently. I don't operate the scoreboard. The scoreboard is worked off a data provider. So if they shit the bed and didn't rule out the Liverpool goal for a bit, apologies, but it isn't something that we actually operate. We use a data provider that updates the goals automatically. So maybe their system had a glitch or something. But I can promise you it's still 1-0. So yeah, apologies if it changed or something. I didn't notice it, but it's independently operated. So apologies if it did say it again. I do apologise if anybody got their hopes up there for a second. Apologies about that. Right, 10 to go. Robbo, go on. Pick a man out. Pick a man out. Oh, almost an own goal. Robbo plays across. It ricochets off the Galatasaray captain, and Kikir has to touch it around his near post. Oof. Actually, it was Sanchez that came off. Right, another corner. Don't do anything stupid here, lads, to let the referee give a free out. And like fucking clockwork, the little gimp gives a free out again. This referee is going to be the end of me, honestly. Every time we get a set piece, it's a free out. Every fucking time. I always thought Connor did it in the background. No, it used to be me. It used to be me that would change the scores. I used to just do it manually. But a couple of years ago, we started building a new system, a back end system with a data provider, and all the bookings, goals, team, players on the pitch, and all that's done remotely. We pay quite a hefty monthly fee, but it's a good service. And sometimes like that, it'll glitch, and I apologise if anybody was annoyed by the scoreboard. Galatasaray with a shot saved by Georgie from Victor Osimhen, and then the rebound is thankfully put wide. Fuck's sake. Right, Canade. And appreciate your understanding as well, folks. Some very kind words in the chat. Thank you. Oh, fuck. Love of God, lads. Soboslai, Ekatike. Even that pass is straight to a Gala player, lads. Wake up! Can I just... I'll say it next time the ball goes dead. 1 second. Ball is dead now. I just want to say one thing really quickly. Thank you. It's been a tough day today, but you guys have been so sound in the chat. I appreciate it. Honestly, you're so understanding, so sound. And your support really helps, because I promise you, lads, I'm trying my best not to lose it here. Because this is fucking awful. And if it wasn't for you guys being in, you know, having a laugh with me tonight, I'd have lost the rag. Honestly. So thank you. What if we pull a Rodgers? I don't know what you mean by pulling a Rodgers. Gakpo, ball in, Maka, Soboslai, Gravenberch. Yeah, thank you guys, appreciate you. Do I have a tipple? I'm more of a herbal infusion type of guy. I'll probably have a couple of drinks on holidays when we go away, but no, I'd probably go 7 or 8 months without having a beer at him. But if I did, I'd have a couple of bottles of Corona and then a few San Miguel's, and then I'd move on to the vodka and cranberries. But yeah, normally I would just partake in some herbal infusion. That's how I wind down. Keep it at 1-0 and have them at Anfield, said Shane Bennett. I don't disagree with that, by the way, Shane. I said earlier on, just nothing silly here. I can live with bringing 1-0 back, as bad as the performance has been. So yeah, nothing stupid in the last few minutes. Oh, Keelan, you're very kind. That's so kind of you, Keelan. Thank you. Lovely message in the chat, mate. Juki, Craig, always appreciate you and love the content. We're in a rough spot, and hopefully there's only a little bit more time we have to deal with it. Oh, thank you. And you're right. I mean, we're all in this together as a tough spot. Like, nobody here is deluded to think this is good. Or so the toughest part for me doing this every night is that, you know, I feel the pain, and then I know your guys are feeling the pain, and the frustration levels get up to here. Like, it's... And it feels so unnecessary, doesn't it? Like, we don't need to be this bad. This is the real hurting point. When I lived through the Hodgson era, and I knew we were shit, and I knew we had no money, and I knew it was a struggle. It makes it all the more difficult when you've got a group of players that you know are better than we're seeing out there every single week. That's what really, really grinds me on this. Paddy Wacker, appreciate you, brother. Joshua Lynch, how are we, Joshua? Said, Craig, just tuned in. Take it we're playing shy, judging by the score. Said to my uncle, who's a United fan, we'll lose game. Bang on the money. Side net, and I thought that was in for a second. Thank God. Galatasaray player rifles it with the left foot. Net bulges, but thankfully it was side netting. The game has been one that you would have expected us to outperform them in. And what I mean by that, Joshua, is they haven't sat back and defended deep. They haven't played with a low block. The game has been open and stretched, and they've just managed it better than we have. And that's the real indictment of Arna today, is that he doesn't have his excuse. This game is exactly how we would have wanted it to go with regards to space being out there and an ability for us to utilise it. They just haven't done it. And that he can't moan about. He doesn't have his built-in low block bullshit. This is just a performance of people who look like they don't believe in what's coming from the manager. And some of them, let's be honest with it, some of them are getting away with another underperforming performance where they haven't been up for the physical battle. And of all the years I've been watching Liverpool, that's one of the few times I can ever remember thinking to myself, we're too soft. These lads aren't standing up out there to the physical stuff. And too many times I've seen Liverpool players half-arse challenges. Why is Canade bad whenever we're rumbling from Madrid? I don't know. Look, to be fair to Ibu, this is probably the first shaky game I would say he's had since his father's tragic passing. Other than that, I think he's been fairly spot on since he's been back. But yeah, he has looked shaky today, as has Ryan. Ryan picks up a yellow card there for stopping a counter. Thank you to everyone that helped us get 374k as well, by the way. Really appreciate you. Maybe someday we can dream of that million, but we'll keep trying to chip them off 1,000 at a time. And thank you so much to everyone. 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time. With this performance, I don't expect us to play Champions League next year unless a miracle happens. Thought we played better in Europe. Yeah, Olivia, it's a tough one, isn't it, mate? There's been seasons where I've watched Liverpool and we have been dire in the league, Olivia, but, we've pulled it out in the Champions League. Unfortunately, you're right, mate. We don't even have that escape at the minute. Frimpong to Soboslai. His cross in. Ekatike. Oh, it's over the bar. Fucking lucky. Yeah, you're right, Olivia. We don't even have that distraction, mate. Although this has been a rough season, we still have the streams, chats, and you, Craig, to help through this. We can do this. Thank you for all you do. Oh, mate, look, it's a two-way street. I wouldn't be able to stomach this season if it wasn't for having you guys to bounce off as well. Gala player has a cramp now. Back up on his feet. Owner saying back in the gaff, then bam, get him out. Who's your all-time favourite player? For Liverpool, it's Robbie Fowler, is she? In football in general, it's either Messi or Maradona. I love both of them. So yeah, Messi or Maradona all time. But for Liverpool, it's Robbie Fowler and then Steven Gerrard. We've got a free kick just inside the Gala half. Charles Walter, this is painful watching this between the referee and slots tactics. This is the lowest of the low. How long do we have to put up with this? This is the true team under slot. We need change and fast. We do, mate. We are absolutely... We're dealing with a spoofer. Well shepherded out there. Goal kick to Liverpool. He's a spoofer, mate. That's it. But I want to also say, today I don't absolve, all these players as well. I mean, some of them should be embarrassed about this performance today and the way they've gone about it. Frimpong. Cross in from him. Looking for Cody. Headed away by Galatasaray. 4 minutes added on. That feels a bit light. Gakpo shot drags it wide. 4 minutes added on. That feels a bit light to me, considering the goal check and a couple of substitutions and stuff. 4 minutes feels a bit light. Corner to Liverpool, though. No, it's not a corner. My apologies. I thought the referee pointed there, and that's what Sanchez was shouting about. Did he get a touch on this? No, he didn't kick here, actually. It just went wide. Sanchez out with the return leg. That VAR was 4 minutes alone. Yeah, 4 minutes definitely feels light. But you know what? In one way, I'm thinking, let's just get out of here. Let's just take this on the chin, get out of here, and hope to turn it round. And that's horrible to say that out loud. Like, let's just take our losses, get out of here, not do anything stupid, and back ourselves to turn it round at Anfield. But yeah, once again, he's found to be out of his depth. Look at that. Osimhen absolutely fucking rinsing the two centre-backs. I give credit to Victor Osimhen. He's put himself about. He's really, really played well. Over the two games we played against them, Osimhen's definitely been the standout player. He's a very good focal point up top. The only positive I draw on this game is that it will speed up the exit for the Dutch fraud. Terrible season, said Chris. Double change coming up here. What makes you think anything will be different at Anfield? Hope. That's the honest answer, mate. Hope. That's it. And I might be deluded in that, but that's it. I'm just hoping the Anfield crowd, something, mate. I have to believe that there's some way we somehow turn this around, because fuck me, this has been appalling again. We're actually so bad, said Gio 1999. Yeah, look, credit to Galatasaray. You know, they did their job again. So credit Galatasaray. Their players put in an incredible shift. Yeah, so I don't want to take away from them, but at the same time, the space was there for us to exploit today. Robbo heads the ball out for a Gala corner. Love the show. You do an awesome job, Craig. I don't always catch your lives, but I always watch, listen every day to catch up. Keep her lit, mate. You're a wee legend and be lost without Anfield Agenda fix. Oh, Paul, that's lovely of you, mate. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. Jingles as well. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. You guys have been so kind. Thank you. It's not going to be a happy match reaction, though. I can tell you that. So, corner here in. Referee stops it because there was a bit of argy-bargy, so it'll be taken again. Sorry, Stargirl. Let me bring that back up. This time last year, you were preparing for your Liverpool meetup. I always regret not going. Well, really, funnily, I was talking with the guy that owns the Hot Water Comedy Club today, and I'm not saying we have a show in the mix, but I might be back over in Liverpool for something with them over the next couple of months. So if I do, Stargirl, your tickets are on me. If you yourself and your dad want to pop along. Strike from Gala, that's dragged wide. Goal kicks taken. Go along with it. Galatasaray win the first header. Gomez, we're now into whatever the ref wants to add on. Offside flag goes up. Soboslai. Dom now gets a yellow card for... He's in possession and he turns around with the arm and catches the Gala player, and Dom picks up the most ridiculous fucking booking. Yep, it's just petulantly stupid from Dom. That's just so stupid. He's in possession, takes a dodgy touch and then puts his arm out, and the ref's right. The ref's right. That was just stupid from Soboslai. It's all over. Ref blown up. Full time. Galatasaray 1, Liverpool 0. Congratulations to Galatasaray on the victory. But for us, again, more questions than answers. Twice this season we've gone over there. Twice we failed to score. Twice we've lost by a goal to 0. And again, Arna's just proved that he ain't it. And some of these players have a lot to answer for as well. So it finishes up in Istanbul. Galatasaray 1, Liverpool 0. We know what we have to do in the return leg at Anfield. Congratulations to Galatasaray on their win. But again, shocking performance from Liverpool tonight. Just didn't get going. Just more questions than answers yet again. Ladies and gents, we'll be back for the match reaction. Don't forget, if you'd like to submit your player ratings and enter a giveaway to win a framed Kenny Dalglish shirt completely free, a signed and framed Dalglish shirt, scan the QR code or use the link in the description for further details. That will bring you into our WhatsApp, where you'll also see the link for your player ratings. We'd love you to submit them and give us your take on it. Again, thank you to thecollectorscorner.co.uk. If you'd like to get yourself 20% off any signed memorabilia from their website, you can do so with our code AnfieldAgenda1 and get a 20% discount. But look, we'll see you in 60 seconds for the match reaction. I wish I had better news, but it finishes Galatasaray 1, Liverpool 0, and we'll get stuck into it in the match reaction.